Hey, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome, welcome. I hope everybody's doing great. Hope you all had a good day. I had yet another busy day. Let me share our agenda for this evening in case you never saw it. We are going to... We're going to go over a little bit of the township meeting that was last night because I did not make it. I already had a super long day yesterday. So, no, you better go away. Go away. I'm working. Good boy. Go lay down. So I wanted to review some of that. I'm going to use some of Vivian's footage. Thank you to her for being there to cover that. And then go over the library board meeting today, which was horrible. They did so many horrible things. And then talk a little bit more about Pride Month and mention that I'm going to have a get together on Saturday. So let us start now. No, puppy, stop. Boy, this is how, look. He wants attention. You want me to sit next to you? All right. I guess I'll go sit next to the puppy. He gets where he just wants his attention. Okay, but I'm doing a broadcast, boo-boo. Woo. Yeah, I don't want you to be right in my face. He is hilarious. Okay. All right. Good boy. All right, so it was the agenda for the meeting from last night. They were talking about the tentative budget. So I know the first township meeting with the new board, I was not happy because, and others mentioned the same thing, they didn't give any numbers. They voted to approve the budgets, but they didn't give any numbers. I still don't see anything on the website about it. So that's not good. Not good so far, guys. The new board, approving the minutes, approval of bills. Again, they're paying bills for the 3 accounts, but where are the figures? I want to see them. All they have to do is publish them online. Then I guess there's going to be some public hearings related to the budgets, which is good. But again, they're already voted on them, so they should be online. And then there's some... They're paying for some conferences, which again, I think is a waste. A whole bunch more social things that, like, if Tiffany were doing them, they would have said no. Closed session, and I think that's about it. So I think it was a pretty short meeting, but let's just take a look. I want to see if they're actually finally providing some of that transparency that everybody was demanding when Tiffany was in office. Let's see if they've done it. Oops. And again, thank you to Vivian for being there to cover this. I probably would have been there, but I had a very long day yesterday. So they're also like way too far away. I hate how they have this set up, the new setup. They feel super, super far away from the people, which I think is unfortunate. But I can make out Napoleon here. that the lawyer? Chris Gonzalez. I can't even see really who everybody is. I think that's Mary. Anyway, let's see.
At this time, I'm going to call Pastor Nathaniel Bowman for a word of prayer.
Oh Lord! So they prayed. Oh, okay. That's Valeria Stubbs. Okay. Oh, Casey. You know, we don't really even need to pray at the meeting. I agree with the activist who came out to the Harvey meeting, who said, "What about separation of church and state?" You know. Now what? Okay, that's a little bit clear. So Valeria Stubbs, Chris Gonzalez, Casey Nesbitt, who is clerk and is also on the 152 school board, Napoleon Harris, the lawyer, Mary, is it Robert Hunt?
First up for public comments, Amir Shakur.
Amir, okay. Amir gave great public comment at the last Harvey meeting. Let's see what he says tonight.
You have 3 minutes.
Test one. Thank you. Good evening, afternoon.
Good evening.
So just wanted to welcome the new administration in and thank you guys for just serving up until this point. My hope is that everything that we do in this group of talented and intelligent individuals is done with integrity. With that in mind, I just wanted to bring one thing to the attention of the supervisor and the rest of the members of the group, including the trustees. On May 29th, 2025, your highway commissioner-elect, Antoine Russell, posted a election post, which was an endorsement by the Southland Hispanic Coalition. The problem with the Southland Hispanic Coalition is that it's a fictitious organization.
Oh, somebody alerted me to this on Facebook. Okay. This is what they were talking about. They said, yeah, Amir said that Antoine Russell, who ran and lost, he ran for Burnham mayor, that he shared that he was endorsed by this Hispanic group that is fake.
It's a fictitious organization, but the endorsement was also a fictitious endorsement. Not only was the endorsement a fictitious endorsement, but the officials and everything right down to the details of the organization, including the phone number, was a fraud. I'll be willing to.
Now, wait a minute. This is Antoine Russell, who he got elected to the board. I see some Harvey people, including Casey Nesbitt, supporting him. He is obviously a loyalist with Napoleon Harris. And if this is true, I mean, how do these people get away with this stuff? That's not cool.
A public apology for him not correct about it. At this point, I think that because of the problems of the last administration, I think it would be wise for Mr. Russell to offer a public apology. The Latino community on a local and all the way up to a national level is extremely challenged. And I think it is an affront to people who live in this community to post a fictitious endorsement from a fictitious organization that doesn't exist. I am very happy that Mr. Russell and everyone here is in place right now. And I do want you to succeed, but again, we have to do so with integrity. So what I will do is I will post the post and the information. And again, it's in your heart, Mr. Russell, to issue an apology to the community. The precedent that we have has to be the precedent of integrity. And we will look for that for our leadership of the township. We would hope that you will respond correctly. Anyone who wants public information about it, again, it will be on our website. It'll be on the Thornton Township Citizens Action Committee, and I'll also put it in Dawn Politics. Have a good evening.
Very interesting. Okay, well, I will reach out to Amir.
Next, we have
And yeah, maybe I'll see if he wants to come on and talk about that. But so again, if you're just tuning in, if you didn't get it, this is the Thornton Township meeting that I missed last night because I was working. I had at a conference at GSU yesterday where I was presenting, and Amir just came, and he gave a really great public comment at the last Harvey meeting, basically saying, "I'm going to help expose all you police that are abusing the system and you're abusing people's rights." So he said at the township meeting that Antoine Russell, who's a loyalist of Napoleon Harris, that he gave a fake endorsement from some fake Hispanic group for his failed run for Burnham mayor. Why do these people all have multiple positions? You're already, okay, you're a township trustee. Why do you have to also be a mayor? Why is Napoleon, by the way, Napoleon Harris still does not live in Thornton Township. I'll say it again. Napoleon Harris still does not live in Thornton Township. Just Google the articles. It's all over the internet. Napoleon Harris still does not live in Thornton Township. How is this allowed? When they would go after Tiffany for just spending, $5 on something that they didn't like. But you can be supervisor and you don't even live in our township. He lives in Flossmoor. It's not a secret. Google it. I don't get how certain people get away with things and other people don't. If you're going to have the law, if you're going to have the rule, have everybody follow it. Otherwise, just get rid of it. Like, why should we even have rules or laws if not everyone's held to them? I think it's just stupid. So I forget how I got on that. I'm sorry. But yeah, so Napoleon, who still does not live in Thornton Township and should not be able to be supervisor just by virtue of that. Oh, I know why. Because Antoine Russell was running for clerk and running for mayor of Burnham. And Napoleon is Township Democratic Committeeman, state senator, where he has not helped Harvey when we have asked him for help with extreme corruption. And also, hey Amir, hey, we just played your comment. It was very good. And then Napoleon is also what am I forgetting? Oh yeah, the supervisor. So supervisor, committeeman, and senator. And again, I'll say it again. Napoleon does not live in Thornton Township. Okay. So bravo to Amir Shakur for that. Because I forgot about that, but I do remember when you brought that up, Amir, before. So let's see who's next.
Angela Russell.
Okay, Angela Russell. I don't know.
You have 3 minutes.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Angela Russell. I am a resident of Dalton. I also work with Envision Unlimited. On May 29th.
Oh, yeah, she spoke at the last meeting. She was trying to, I heard that she's connected with Nikita Cloud, but I'm not sure. But she was trying to get the township to use her services or something.
Our agency hosted an event at Dalton Park District to introduce free programs that we'll be providing for mental health services and outreach. I'm glad that we are partnering with Dalton. I also left information at our last meeting before about our programs and mental health services. What we're trying to accomplish now is a Healing Happens Here event, which encompasses different modalities of healing and therapies that people can
thanks,
engage
Amir.
in.
Yeah,
this
you too.
Event will be free to the community, specifically in Thornton Township.
And don't forget about going after those Harvey police. I went over last night that bogus press conference. They're
not an all-inclusive event venue.
They were lying.
So we're still working to try to secure an event venue for this community event that's going to be free to the public. The resource that will be offered will be mental health services, domestic violence resources, health, housing, legal assistance. Good. This will be free for everyone in the community of Thornton Township to be able to highlight some of the
free event
to accept what we're trying to accomplish, and perhaps you can give us some assistance on securing the venue. Our agency is a not-for-profit, and we do have a grant, so we have budget requirements that we want to make sure that we stay within. So any assistance that someone here
so they're looking
to secure the event venue.
They're looking for a
We'll
space,
try and
but they're saying they have a grant to hold an
appreciate it.
event that would
And
benefit the
again, the
community.
services that we'll
Okay.
be offering are free. Thank you.
I mean, all right, that could be reasonable. I don't really know the details, but
Evening. Let me apologize first. I really cannot hear you. I didn't have my hearing aid yet, and when I do, I'm back too far.
don't feel bad, man, because they barely speak up and they have the public seated super far away, like people have the plague or something. It's stupid.
At a previous meeting, you repealed an ordinance that you had regarding self-promotion in the literature for the township. And I'm probably not stating it correctly, but I have a problem with that. I'm not understanding it, and I hope someone can give me more clarity on that, because it was a point of contention with the previous administration. Everywhere we looked, we saw her name. So I'd like to know why that was repealed. Why it's going to be.
Bravo. Why did you repeal the image ordinance? Why would you want to now use taxpayer money to put your images and your names all over this stuff? You're wasting money. You're wasting our tax money while we have people literally taxed out of their homes.
Maybe restated, or what was the reason for repealing it? Do you understand what I'm asking about?
Oh, let's see if they answered. I want to see. Did they answer her? Oh, Vivian, show their faces.
Yes, ma'am, we understand the question. We'll get
Okay.
back to you on that.
We'll get back to you? What? You already voted on the last
We
meeting.
understand the question, and we will get back to you regarding the ordinance.
Everyone says you
Now,
missed the
wait a
vote
minute.
on affiliate
What
marketing,
kind of
but what if the next
leadership
big wave
that?
is still?
That is not leadership. They ignored her question. And they've already gotten a whole bunch of questions about that ever since the last one.
She said, provide your contact information. Trustee Stubbs.
I have those.
Nah, I call BS.
Oh, they said trustee Stubbs can give it.
Oh, okay. I think it's an answer that everybody would want, though, not just me.
Yes, thank you for asking. Thank you for
Next, we have
asking.
Al Kendall.
Thank you. Does anybody know that lady? Hey, Wyoming. And Amir, I put up the link if you want to come on if you want to come on stage, just say hey, and join us for our rewatching of this since you were there. Now, if you don't know, this gentleman works for Tony Preckwinkle, who is the president of the Cook County Board.
Good evening, everyone, and how you doing, Supervisor and the rest of you. Thank you for giving me just a couple of minutes here. We wanted to draw attention to a couple of important things that are happening in Cook County. The Board of Commissioners, they passed a Cook County birthday health screening program. So if you are 40 and older, you get for women, and 45 for prostate cancer. In your birth month, you get free screenings. And I have flyers for everyone here.
Okay, that's good. Free medical. Look who decided to go.
To find out details.
Yeah, he decided to leave me alone. He decided to go.
Father's Day, the important.
Decided to go to his bed.
Let's give Father's Day. Make those important meetings when you're meeting on these events. A meeting of let's give health. Let's give good health. So the importance of having those conversations. And you can call 211 for Cook County if you have a mental health crisis. The other is, I have a flyer and the clerk has it, is that Cook County has implemented a $3 million pilot program that is to give out to give home ownership assistance to home buyers, first time home buyers.
Oh.
To meet certain qualifications.
Hey, Mir.
And I have that, and the clerk has it. There's a job fair that's being hosted here at
Can you hear me?
Suburban College. It's gonna be on Thursday, the 20th.
Yes. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Thank you for coming on.
Until 2.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for doing your show. Thank you for doing what you're doing.
Oh yeah. I thought I would invite you if you wanted to join us for our rewatching.
Another flyer for those
Of course.
interested in working for Cook County. We have a job fair that's going to be downtown.
So that's good.
Get
Okay,
dressed
so
in
there's
the
a job
morning,
fair.
Go there, and then you come right on down to the second flyer. That has all the job information for those who are interested in working for Cook
Something about
County.
health
Because
screenings, a
all
job
the various
fair,
departments
and
are going to
home ownership
participate.
assistance or
And
something.
again, county government
Okay.
is open to the public. Secondly, we have a job fair on health firing event, not us, but Adidas, and it is on June the 25th.
Okay, another job fair.
That's
Okay.
here, that's in the city, but for all those.
Actually, I should let. I have a neighbor who's looking for a
There is an
job.
organization that works with us called Elevate. We have a clean energy homeowners energy assistance program that's going to be offered for residents. So then lastly, many of you may have received a flyer or a letter in the mail, and it is real. Cook County has eliminated nearly 2/3 of $1 billion in medical debt. 2/3 of $1 billion.
Okay, I did read something about that.
500,000
Okay.
residents, and we did that with just $9 million, and we haven't stopped yet. And so we will give to the township here the link so that you can give it out to all residents so that they'll know that it's not a scam. It has a link that goes to the video and explains.
Yeah, I wonder what you have to do to qualify. That's
in detail.
interesting.
And I want to thank you for these precious moments. Don't forget President Frank Winkle every third Sunday from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. First Take a Day Break. She has her own radio show, and she's the first Cook County Board President to have such. And this coming Friday.
Oh, really? Tony Winkle has her own radio show. Did not know that.
Yeah, it's on WCPT.
Thank you very much.
Okay, very interesting.
Any questions?
I saw she's coming to Tinley Park
All right.
for the
I do
South
have
End
a
Development Authority thing.
complimentary
That's
ticket to a couple of other events for people who see me afterwards tonight. Thank you.
okay.
Ryan,
The assessor's there? Yes.
I'm not going to stay on with you too long. I just wanted to say a couple of things.
Oh,
before
yeah, sure. Yeah.
I just
Go
wanted
ahead.
to tell you, thank you for doing what you're doing. It's very important that you continue building your coalition, and your movement is extraordinary. And I'm very proud to be a comrade of you and the things that you're doing. And for the people who really don't know, you are primarily the reason why I really decided to get involved in the Harvey situation after your YouTube videos were posted. And I reached out to you and we had lengthy conversations about the progression. So I just want to give you all the credit for me being in Harvey and, and the movement on the ground. And I think very highly of you. So I just want to, make that very clear to everyone.
Well, thank you, Amir. No, I appreciate you and your help, and it's nice that you're helping and you're not disrespecting us and telling us what we need to do, but you're truly trying to assist, because as we know, unfortunately, not everyone who says they're your friend or says they want to help is actually helpful.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of provocateurs who call themselves advocates, to quote unquote, to put that, and they use that activist advocate interchangeably, but the bottom line is provocation. So got to kind of be careful about those people, because it's been in existence for a while, and I know that for a fact, because I've dealt with a lot of these folks through the years. So but one more thing, and then I thank you for posting my comments. I do want to say that with this new township organization, almost seems to be an earmark of a lack of accountability, and it doesn't seem to that their agenda, even though they haven't gotten warm, and I don't mean Mary Yvonne and maybe Chris Gonzalez. I don't mean those folks. They seem to be trusted by the community, and their agenda seems to be sincere. But and maybe Valerie. But the thing about it is that as the supervisor, I think that we need to see a little bit more proactivity from Napoleon, and definitely their opportunity for integrity was first called out yesterday with Russell, who made up a fake organization to gain votes when he ran a couple of months back. And, that's something that he should apologize to the public about, especially on the backs of the Hispanic and Latino community because of what they're going through in the country right now on a national level. Same thing with the LGBTQ situation. I mean, it's being ostracized. And the thing about it is that we have to continue feeding the information, because if major media is not going to do it, they have to get it from outlets like what you're providing and what you're doing, and voices of influence. So again, I commend you. If I could ever be of assistance in any way in what you're doing, you always have my attention. But let's keep holding these leaders, these quote unquote leaders, accountable, because if not, then we are the last bastion. We are the last ones who are standing in line for them. That's all I wanted to say.
And one of our viewers, Wyoming gal, who she comes around regularly, she says, I looked into that organization and couldn't find anything or even a Juan Rodriguez that had that organization. So thanks, Wyoming, because I haven't had time to actually try to Google it myself, but that Wyoming says that what you were saying, Amir, does match up. And when I hear things like that, the reason why I'm glad you spoke up, and then why I'm glad the lady that commented about the image ordinance being rescinded, is just because I remember how they held Tiffany's feet to the fire over every little thing, and then they would try to boycott or hold things up. They wouldn't let her do anything. So I have extremely high standards for this board, because they had extremely high standards for Tiffany. So so far, I don't know. I want to give them should I be generous? Give them a D? I don't know. I feel like I want to give them an
I
F.
was going to even give them a C minus, but you know what? I'm with you. Let's say a D, a lukewarm D.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, okay, I mean, they haven't maybe done, they haven't like started a fight or like sworn at people in the meetings or yelled at people, but at the same time, they just have come in and they're giving no information. And then what Napoleon said was downright rude, outrageous, and disrespectful. We already had all these questions as of their last meeting about why in the world they would rescind that ordinance, which was a good ordinance to save taxpayer money. And then he said, "Oh, we'll get back to you." And you can't even, when he's there. I remember the last meeting that I went to, their first meeting with the new board, Napoleon's like you can't even hear him. I'm like, is there somebody there? Hello?
Yeah.
So I don't understand, for a man that just would brag, and his supporters would always say, oh no, we would say, well, why doesn't he come to the township meetings? Why doesn't he speak up? Oh, well, no, he's above all that. He's above all the drama. Well, for someone who's above all the drama and supposedly funded all these people, this whole slate with all the money he has, and told his slate not to talk to the media, not to do any forums, not to do anything. It was a very, very haughty race, where he was just like, okay, I'm going to support all these people in the township to run for all these different positions, but we're not gonna answer any questions. We're not gonna have any dialogue. It was just assumed that he was gonna win, and now that he's in, he's like, it's like, what are you doing? What is your leadership style? Like, you're supposed to be the big man on campus now. So, and he has nothing to say. And then he tells this poor lady, oh, we'll get back to you. Like, you voted for it. You mean it was a unanimous vote? You don't know, you can't answer questions?
Well, I'll say this, and then I won't hold your show up any longer. I will say that there is a large area of opportunity for the senator who is our supervisor to really engage with the public, and integrity has to matter. You know, as a state senator,
Yes.
we often wonder what he's been doing, what he had done in that seat. And to be honest with you, there really isn't a long history of track record for him as a state senator. And you know, these things have to be known in the public. But I mean, you know, we don't see a long list of accomplishments for somebody who's a tenured senator. Do you understand what I'm saying? So for that,
Exactly.
that's telling within itself. And the
Mhm.
presentation is cold. The presentation is not a presentation of influence. So I think that they really need to change direction really quickly, or else they're gonna lose a lot of people very quickly, and the opposition is gonna start coming. So integrity has to be there, and he chose Antoine Russell, a bad cop. I'm gonna be honest and very clear. He's a failed cop who's been fired from at least 10 police departments. And I didn't mention that yesterday, but and I
Oh, wow,
haven't.
you should have brought that up. You might have told me that before, but I didn't realize really 10 departments. Oh man.
He's gone through 10 and I think he lost his last position in Robbins, Illinois. So I mean, he has a very sordid track record, and I definitely wouldn't have put him in place as the highway commissioner. But you know, the thing about integrity that I mentioned has to stand. So we'll be there, we'll be watching, and I appreciate you, and I stand with you as my comrade. And hey, let's make them accountable, okay?
No, I agree. I agree. Thank you, Amir.
All
Bravo.
right. Thank you for what you're doing, and I'll continue watching your show, and I'll share it as well. So
Okay.
y'all have a good evening, and thank you again, Ryan. Take care.
All right. Okay, Amir. Come on again for sure. Wyoming gal said, Brian, didn't Mary tell you something about the image ordinance? Did she even understand what she voted for? That was my concern. And again, remember, this is nothing personal. We're evaluating people's performance as public officials, you know, because like as a person, like Mary's great. Like she's helped Colby a few times. She's shown up for Harvey a few times for things, but you know, it wasn't a good look at their first meeting that was a unanimous vote to overturn the image ordinance, and there was no discussion. They haven't answered any questions since then, and in this meeting, they aren't answering any questions. And you're right, there was confusion because remember when I interviewed Mary after the first meeting, now she said that the image ordinance was proposed by Tiffany, and that's why they rescinded it. But we found out that was not true. We did double check, and it was not true. It just said don't use taxpayer money to put your image and your name all over every freaking thing, which is great. That's how it should be. So why did they repeal it? They basically just said, oh, "Okay, we're good. Tiffany's gone, so we can waste your money again." I believe we have to ask questions out loud. When Napoleon didn't answer the question right away, that was not a good look at all. Right? Yeah, it's like if you are going to vote for something, stand up for what you voted and tell us why. I mean, I think it's horrible. They should not have rescinded it, but tell us why. He says, Wyoming, yes. Choose says, thank you, King Shakur, for letting us know that at the meeting. Yeah, I love that. So, guys, please come to the meetings. Please speak up because that's the kind of stuff. That's why I wanted to thank Amir, and I'm glad Amir stopped by because we don't know, like a lot of the stuff we don't even know. I did not realize all that stuff about Antoine Russell, you know. This is what I've been telling people. This is why I endorsed the Republicans for the township. I warned everybody. I said, Napoleon's mentor is Eric Kellogg, the former mayor of Harvey, who ran Harvey into the ground, one of the worst, most corrupt mayors in Illinois history, and that is Napoleon's role model / mentor. But no, they had all these paid actors and all these dramatic people who were like, oh, Napoleon's going to save the day. Napoleon's going to save the day, and Tiffany's an evil devil. It's not that simple, guys. It's not that simple. We'll see if they prove me wrong, but as far as I'm concerned, look at the people that Napoleon's endorsed, like Antoine Russell, that are not doing right by the people. And so far, this board, I mean, I don't know. I might as well just give them an F because I think they're failing. What's different? Where's the accountability? And hey, Crook, I just quantum leaped into chat. Hey, Crook. Put his name in the chat. Thank you for stopping in. Oh yeah. Drop his name in the chat. Thank you for stopping in. Yeah, Amir, do you want to leave your name and your contact info or your channel or whatever, put it in the chat so people can find you. They're so far away.
Next item on the agenda.
And you can't hear them.
The next item on the agenda is the presentation of tentative budgets for the 25-26 year.
Okay, this is the
First up
budgets.
is the 25-26 budget for the general fund.
Okay.
For FY 26, the general fund is projected to have 13,274,202, which is an increase of 3,110,304 over the previous year. The primary driver of this growth is the higher collection from the real estate and senior youth service levies. The main contributor is the adjustments for the real estate, like I said, and the senior youth levies. The general fund expenses totals about 13,865,475, which is up roughly 2.9 million from the previous year. And the primary driver of this expense is for the full repayment of Florence Township's outstanding loan. The loan payoff is 3.3
Oh, we have a loan?
2,922 thousand. Personnel related costs across the board, roughly 4%. And other increases are expansion of services and implementation of new initiatives across departments. Overall, this is a total planned balance reduction of 591,272. And when you look at this, the general fund budget demonstrates the Florence Township continued commitment to financial stewardship, debt elimination, and enhanced community investment.
Why are these figures not given to us on paper? This is unprofessional. Don't just talk and throw stuff at us. Very unprofessional. I'm sorry. I don't feel like they deserve any grace. I'm gonna say F. 2 thumbs down. Your one grace was your first meeting. You haven't answered any questions since the first meeting. You're reading numbers. Just put it on the website. You put the agenda on the website.
I've got a brand new fridge on wheels that keeps your food ice cold without ever needing ice.
I warned everybody. I warned everybody.
The projected expenditures is somewhere around 9.3 million, an increase of 2 million over the previous year, from expanded community programming to enhanced resident services.
Crooks is back. Right? I'm like, I told you so, people.
Return funds to qualifying residents. Once again, 4% increases across the board for the departments, cost of living adjustments. And then the budget also reflects.
Okay, cost of living adjustments. Well, that must be nice, as people can't afford to pay their taxes because they're so high.
Anticipated funds, and net change of zero balance in the fund for 2026, with the fund balance beginning of 18,282,409. The funds remain strong financial position.
18 million. Yeah, see, I don't know. This is where I think the township, we need to talk about disbanding the township. Like $18 million? Couldn't that be put to better use going to other taxing bodies?
For the FY 26 general fund budget, it underscores Florence Township commitment to fiscal responsibility, community reinvestment, and long-term stability. Despite a reduction in revenue,
it doesn't mean anything.
Continue to deliver critical services throughout the township and launch impactful tax refund programs, all while maintaining healthy fund balances and prioritizing residents' needs.
Doesn't mean anything. I want to see everything on paper. I want to see receipts. Where's the audit?
The Road and Bridge Fund. The FY 26 Road and Bridge Fund is projected at 1.5 million, reflecting year-over increase of 559,000. The increase is primarily driven to the adjustment of the tax levy and anticipated grant funding from Cook County. So we appreciate our.
Why is the township still maintaining any roads? Just hand them over to the county or something.
The increase is driven. We also have to a modest decrease of $37,000.
They say we only have like 9 miles of roads or something that the township manages. That's another place where they're wasting money.
Around $4,000 for FY 26 and solid reserves for the department's ongoing and future needs. Those three are the budgets.
My God, he's so quiet.
And we're going to make a motion to accept the tentative FY 26. I'm asking for a motion to accept the tentative FY 25-26 budget for the general fund as presented. Is there a motion?
I'd like to make a motion.
Motion.
Right, that's what I was saying, Wyoming. If it weren't for the captions on, I could barely know what's going on. Like, what in the hell kind of leadership is this? I am upset. This is not leadership. They are pulling the wool over our eyes, or they're attempting to. You just read off a whole bunch of numbers like we live in the Stone Ages, where you can't even write stuff on paper? You can't put it online?
Yes.
Trustee Stanley?
Yes.
Unprofessional.
Trustee Stubbs?
Yes.
Hey, DMG,
Yes.
can they do a proper budget without an audit? Good question. Where's that friggin' audit? Interesting to look at all who spend on our roads. Exactly. Napoleon, my grandmother can't hear you. Right. When was the last audit? That's a good question. I don't know.
26 budget for the general assistant.
But this man like whispers. You refuse to answer questions or talk to anyone. You acted like royalty, that this job was guaranteed to you and to everyone for every position that you supported. And this is your leadership? This is not leadership.
Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Stubbs?
Yes.
The more they share, the less it costs tax money.
5 members voted in the affirmative, the motion carries.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Motion to accept the tentative budget for FY 25.
I mean, I think I know what you mean, but so they're all voting. Let me just see. I'm pretty sure they're all going to vote the same, but let's watch. Because remember, this is Napoleon's slate. There's no opposition. You notice there's no questions. What about all the questions that they had when Tiffany was in? Where are all the questions? Where are all the, well, I don't know, though. I'm not sure if we want to vote on that yet. How are you spending the money? We need to see the receipts. Hello?
Trustee Avant?
Yes.
It's awfully quiet.
Trustee Stanley?
Yes.
Supervisor Harris?
Yes. 5 members voted in the affirmative, the motion carries.
Ha! Another unanimous vote. I don't buy it.
Approval of minutes. Trustee Avant makes the.
No questions. Watch.
Trustee Avant? Yes.
And it's probably, I'm sure it's going to be unison approval of the minutes again.
Is the approval of the bills.
Of the bills. Oh, this will be interesting.
For the motion.
What do you mean, is there a motion? How much are the bills? What are they? Why didn't you release them before the meeting? Why don't you project them on a screen? You got all those fancy TVs there. What in the hell is this?
Seeing none, clerk, please take.
Any discussion? Seeing none. Ah! This is what they did the first meeting.
Trustee Avant?
No.
Trustee Stubbs?
2 thumbs down. F.
Yes.
And unanimous vote again. No. You know what? This is what we call, they had a meeting before the meeting. Absolutely ridiculous.
Position 9 on the agenda for new business.
Let me see. Russell is the highway commissioner for 2 miles of roadway. Oh, okay. I thought it was 9, but still, I think it's pointless. I think the roads the township does should just be, distributed to other towns and the county. Because, they're just going to steal money from that. Because where does the money go? I want to see all the receipts. Are they not sharing the packets with the public? Nope, Diane. No information was given, just an agenda. Do you have to put in a standard FOIA request to find out what they spend? I believe so, yeah. Amir, is that all he oversees? Russell? So it's as far as I know, like I said, I thought it was 9 miles, but still, it's pretty I don't think it's necessary to have the whole road and bridge fund or a road commissioner. Nobody's asking questions because that's who they voted in. Right.
The motion by trustee Stubbs, seconded by trustee Stanley.
People think they can trust them. Did they make any changes to what was done in the past, or can he continue?
For the general township fund of Warren Township, and to direct the clerk to schedule and publish notice of public.
Okay, yeah, they're talking about like the to schedule the hearings. I mean, it's good they're gonna have a public hearing, but you shouldn't be even voting on that without releasing it first. They should incorporate. Yeah. I was gonna say whatever the roads are, just like hand them over to Cook County. The county has the money. They don't have conversation in public meetings where they're holding them. Haha, they're holding them before. This is what happens on so many corrupt boards. We always say they're having the meetings before the meeting. That's why when they show up, what do you notice? You can't even hear them. It's all boom, 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 done. No discussion, no questions, no clarity. You could just phone this in. Exactly. Okay, so that they're just voting on approving the hearings. Okay, great. So they're gonna have budget hearings. Now, if the meetings are run like this, how the hell are they gonna do the budget hearings? Are they gonna answer any questions? Huh.
Yes. June 26, 2025.
Now they're super quiet about this, okay?
Motion to approve of township officials of Cook County annual spring conference, June 26th.
Why are we paying for them to go to a conference?
Hey everyone, big heads up. Paleo Valley's running a sale
Why
on
are we
all their meat
paying
sticks right
for
now. You can
them
get
to
30
go
sticks for
to a
36 bucks.
conference? Again, I want to see the exact numbers.
Trustee Stubbs makes a motion.
Pay for it yourself.
To approve the township officials Cook County annual spring conference. Clerk, please take the roll.
Trustee Avant? Yes. Trustee Gonzalez?
Unless I'm misunderstanding, isn't that right? Is that a conference that we're going to pay for them to attend, right?
Voting in the affirmative, the motion carries.
Oh yeah, it says
Next is their motion to approve the
township officials of Cook County. The conference is in Oak Brook. How much is that? How much are we paying for you to go? Oh, then they're going to go to another conference in Springfield. How much is that?
Trustee Stanley makes a motion, seconded by trustee.
Wow, they don't even give any numbers. They just vote to approve it. F.
Yes. Is there a motion for
Fail.
the township events through August 2025?
Ha! Sorry, let me catch up with the comments. TT has a lot of events. That's more than just services. Yep. Instead of sharing the information they make each person FOIA, public information needs to be made public. Right. Exactly. Yeah. That's the whole point. And I told everybody they want to control the corruption. They didn't want to stop the corruption. They wanted to control. They were mad because Tiffany was controlling it. And for one reason or another, she fell out of favor with the Democratic machine. So they paid a whole bunch of actors and online activists and people to get in Facebook groups and do all this to create outrage against Tiffany to get her out, not because they wanted to fix the corruption, because they wanted to take it over. And how do we know? Because, well, you're not showing any receipts. There's no audit. You're not telling us anything. How are we to assume anything but that? Boo, 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 fail. Motion to approve the township events. Okay, what kind of events are that? Are those? They look freaking dead, like zombies. Why are there no questions? You're just okay spending our money like that?
Stubbs, the community parade, senior day with the assessor, and the back to school cookout, as well as the taste of learning. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Stubbs?
Yes.
Trustee Avant? Yes. Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Stanley?
The motion carries.
Ha! Unanimous. BS. Absolutely BS. It's theater. Yep. The whole dot is super trash. Yep. I'm going to show you guys real quick. Look at this. Look. Hold on. Hey, Crook, do you want to come on stage? Oh, you guys, I hope and pray that it's going to stop raining. I hear all this rain out there, and I do not want to get flooded. Please stop raining. Please, please, please. People there are not going to ask those questions. They're going to look like fools. Some people who voted them in. Right, exactly. And you notice those paid actors are nowhere to be seen, right? Because they accomplished their job. They got somebody in. Oh, hey, Paul. Hello, Mr. Roberts. Two trustees promised that they would initiate discussion and let the public know the budget for each event. Oh, you mean they promised to do that last night? Because that certainly did not happen. These guys are like that. You know, they remind me of growing up, like going to kids sitting in Catholic mass. Okay, they're like, you know, kneel when you're supposed to kneel, fold your hands when you're supposed to fold your hands. Nobody's talking, nobody's questioning, nobody's doing anything. This is not what we wanted.
Hey, Ryan. Did you read Paul's comment?
Hey, Krug.
Hey, Paul. Did you get the comment that Paul just sent in?
Yeah, about Napoleon refused to ask if there was any discussion.
No, about the two trustees.
Oh, yeah, I just had it posted and I just read it.
Oh, okay.
And then he added, Napoleon refused to ask if there was any discussion. And you know, Paul, as well as I do, are those trustees, are any of them, are they afraid to talk? Are they afraid to speak up? Remember how many times Chris Gonzalez spoke up when Tiffany was there? Why are they all so quiet? And Paul, I'm so glad you came on because you shared something on an activist's page, and I did not want to comment directly there. But you were just saying you were disappointed that all the YouTubers were fighting. And I just want to remind you and others that the reason why you see certain YouTubers really going at it is because, remember, Tiffany's out. And a lot of these folks were either on the bandwagon or they were getting directly paid cash to go after Tiffany and cause all this ruckus so she could be voted out. And now people still want views and money from their channels. So that is, I think, a big reason why you're seeing like people don't know what to do. And I'm here, just like I know Crook is here, and we're asking questions just like we always were, just like whether it's Tiffany or Clark or Napoleon. I'm asking the same questions. So where are those other people? Boo. Sorry, I wanted to expand this. Sorry. Hold on, Crook, 1 second. Okay, so do you guys see? This is what I was upset about. Look, how much did they just vote to pay for these two conferences? We're in a budget crisis, a tax crisis. We have funding from the federal government being cut off by a crazy dictator. And you're going to go to a conference and we're going to pay for it? How much? How much? And why? Do it distance. Do it remote. You don't need to go and stay in fancy hotels and get steak dinners while you're there. Now, look at all this stuff. They didn't even...
About 35 minutes from the township anyway.
Right. Oh, exactly. Yeah. But I guarantee you they probably are going to stay in hotels. But again, we wouldn't know because they just said... Basically, they read it off and said, are we going to vote on that? Well, vote on what?
No, but 35 minutes away. Shouldn't have to stay at a hotel.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised because that's what a lot of these boards do. It's one of the ways they steal our money. Then look at all the events. Bingo, senior ice cream social, senior day on the water, senior day at the state fair, community parades, senior day with the assessor. But senior day with the assessor?
A little loud back here. Let me turn this down.
And I have nothing against Cassandra, but like, why are we paying... the tax assessor? Why do we need a senior day with her? She's supposed to be assessing or helping with the property taxes. Guys, back to school cookout, Taste of Thornton. Like Paul said, no questions asked. And all this is a lot of money. I want to ask how many people they are sending to the conference, but there is no one to ask. The last contact us email address on the township website was Keith Freeman's. Oh, yeah. Were you at the meeting, Paul? Like I said, I intended on going, but it was just a crazy day yesterday. But these are all valid questions, Paul. They're totally valid questions. Oh, my God, you guys. Like I said, I told you so. And was the Republican slate perfect? No, by no means. But at least they had a platform, and at least they were promising to actually do different things. None of these people said much of anything about what they were going to do. And surprise, surprise, now they've had a meeting before the meeting, and they're just voting yes on everything. We haven't seen an audit. We don't see any figures. We don't see any receipts. How is this different from Tiffany Henyard? How? This is not different.
Napoleon's in charge. That's the only thing
that's right. And I'm going to quote Burgundy Boo, and I agree with her because she said several times, either and to me and I think on her shows too, that with Dalton, with all the rigmarole that happened and all that the drama, guess what? She said, what has changed at Dalton? Nothing. They just shift people around. Okay, Tiffany's not there. They shift people around. We still don't have audits. We don't have receipts. We don't have clear answers for things going on. And as Burgundy Blue pointed out for Dalton, she said, we're having more festivals and things that the taxpayers are paying for than Tiffany ever did. Okay. And same thing at the, exactly, Paul. Yeah, Tiffany did not have a rubber stamp board. And this is clearly a rubber stamp board. But all the things that they said Tiffany was the worst person in the world, a she-devil, whatever all the names they called her, now they're doing it. And no one's asking questions. No one on the board's asking questions, and barely anybody in the audience is. Where are the people where's the outrage? I don't want all my money spent on this stuff. That's a lot of events. They wouldn't allow Tiffany to do barely one event. So sorry, but I no F fail. You got a big old F from me. Let me bring the video back up.
Section 12, personnel. We've started our summer enrichment program.
Yeah, that's a good point, DMG, about the FOIAs. Yeah, hopefully, maybe some people can FOIA. Maybe Paul can tell us if he FOIA. Maybe I guess we're gonna have to do that.
I'm excited about the progress that you made there, as well as the TAP program, which is the Foreign Assistance Program. Well, what we recently hired for our summer employees.
Yeah, we need a FOIA committee.
Right. Okay, so they're saying,
what if one simple chew could turn constant itching into complete comfort? This is what would happen.
So they said they hired summer employees. Okay. How much are you paying? Who did you hire? Or whom did you hire, I guess?
Does anybody know the township attorney? Who that is? Or his name?
Good question. Maybe Paul might know.
June 20th will be our first weekly Township Day in the Park, kicking off at MLK
Township Day in the Park. Who the frick cares? Stop wasting our money.
Attorney looks familiar.
Yeah, I was saying it's not Bert Odelson, but I was gonna say, is it someone from his firm?
I wonder if he's from the firm.
Juneteenth event, okay. But I already know a lot of towns are already having their own. School districts are having their own. Again, why do I have to pay extra taxes for the township to hold one? Various community parades, same thing. I'm sorry, but you know what? We already have enough festivals. We don't need to pay money for you all to march in parades. Because, they don't just march in parades, right? I hope everybody realizes they use your tax money to buy handouts, to buy cutesy supplies, to get banners and vehicles. Okay, what's the other business? Kudos and job well done to all the current township employees.
Who work so diligently and hard in keeping the township services going and progressing and available during our time of transition. I want you to know that your work and your efforts do not go unnoticed. So I'm very appreciative of how you guys have conducted the transition.
Okay, so he's trying to thank the staff. Okay, all right, okay. But again, look, it's way too quiet for me. I'm sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause for our township. It's a few items that I would like to address here now. One is about the second food pantry. There was a referendum.
Did we vote to have one? Was it approved?
Advisory, and the township, we are exploring opportunities and options to see how we can form partnership with nonprofits to provide food assistance to residents throughout Thornton Township. Want to maintain that.
We don't need a second food pantry. There are food pantries all over, and the Greater Chicago Food Depository manages that pretty well.
Also, as it relates to the audit, brought to our attention at the last meeting. Previous board did vote for an audit, but there was no proposal for request for proposal issued. So therefore,
okay,
firm was hired to conduct that per se audit that was in that particular ordinance.
So he says no one was hired to do the audit. So you just voted for the second meeting to approve a whole bunch of spending. Why don't you hire somebody to do the audit?
To see what's going on throughout the township, they said they want to make sure that things were presented in a better light. The township is considering to rebuilding and revisiting the entire website and network.
Why? It's more wasted money. Why do you have to rebuild the website? That's somebody's buddy who's going to be hired in IT to make a lot of cash.
Because of security issues and space constraints, we are unable to accommodate opening up a Westwood at this particular time. But as time persists and we get things in a better working order, we'll revisit that.
It should
Ryan,
be
end the stream. End the stream. End the video. End the video.
What?
End it.
Oh, guideline. What did we do wrong? Wait, hold on.
Whose video are you playing?
Oh, this is Vivian's.
Oh, she probably. I don't know.
That's okay. I wanted to ask. Let's take some of the comments anyway. What did we miss? Sorry, guys. Oh, that's great. You guys were commenting like crazy. Okay. You can't get around FOIA. Yeah, I made the FOIA. Conscious just passing to say hi. I have another meeting. Hi, Conscious. Yeah, I saw you did something on Dalton. That's awesome. They need to create new rules. Post in the packet. Yep. Post that packet. I sent a FOIA request for contracts with the new township attorneys. They hired 2 firms, one of which was Olson. Oh, that's interesting, Paul. I wonder why they hired two firms. They have to vote in the attorney. I didn't hear him do that. Did you, Crook? Yeah, Crook, can you look into that? I don't know why.
I'm looking into it now.
Yeah, and then I'll see. Let me see if did Vivian get mad or something. But hold on one second. I got a text.
I just had to end it.
Can you Crook? Can you pull up the Lansing Journal video?
Okay.
Because that one is okay. And then I was also told, you guys, that Ladzinski, I believe, Ladzinski is one of the attorneys.
What video are we looking for?
That's the township meeting from last night. So I was told the attorney defended Napoleon, the one of the attorneys working for the township, defended Napoleon Harris during his residency hearing. Oh, okay, so that was Odelson. Yeah, Odelson, I remember, defended Harris because I was there. Oh, okay, they did vote. I don't remember. I was there. I guess I should remember. But apparently they did vote to appoint Odelson the same day the first board meeting. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. All right. So apparently the attorney was voted in, guys. So did that answer your question? Someone said, who's the second firm? Apparently it's Ladazinski. It's the
Paul
second
Roberts.
firm.
Oh, Paul Roberts did.
Yeah, that is so weird. And live now to avoid account suspension. Yeah, that's so strange. I don't understand what happened. Forget the second firm's name. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we share the good to share who's hired. I asked them to post an RFP for an audit. Last night, Napoleon said there was no progress because there was no RFP. Right. Didn't you ask them to do that, Paul, after the first meeting of the new board? Like, how? This is what I don't understand. How can you? I mean, I guess we know the answers, right? It's just, I was hoping that this wouldn't be happening, but I'm like, how can you approve to pay for all these events and approve all these budgets without being transparent and listening to the people, but you can't manage to do an audit?
What do you need it at, Ryan?
Well, it was towards the end of the meeting. What's the violation? Who's triggering it? Yeah, I'm not sure. Keeping a spreadsheet on all this. Who? DMG? I don't know. I'm not. I have enough just with Harvey usually. Charges can't be being improper in a public meeting. I agree.
Those we're at the tenants budgets, conference approvals, personnel.
Hi, Brian in chat. Who is alert? That's what I'm wondering. It's a troll. Oh, wait. So you think that conscious? Thank you. Wait. So that's fake. That's a fake troll. Did you know that? Is that true? Conscious says it's a troll, Crook, but I don't know.
It could be.
I'm not an expert on this stuff.
Check your email, right?
It's what?
You gotta check your email.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me do that real quick because I don't think. No, I have nothing in my email.
Nah, it's probably a troll.
Oh, although it says suspicious message received. No, that was an email. I got a spam email earlier today, but okay. So then I can continue using the other video.
Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I'm like, I've never seen that. You're sharing a public meeting, right? DMG, right? Lansing Journal has the best coverage, best sound. Okay, well, I could use theirs too, I guess. High conscious, the firm's name. Yeah, we gave that. Paul said, I asked 3 questions at the last meeting. Napoleon mentioned each of them without answering any. Exactly, Paul. Do you see what I mean? That is disrespectful. Do not play in our faces like this. We're not stupid idiots.
And let's put Vivian's link in the email in the comments at least.
What'd you say?
Vivian's link for the video or YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah, exactly. To give her credit. Yes. No, I agree. There was no discussion on anything the board was passing. Exactly, Tracy. Yep. Or I could use, oh no, but I can't control it, right? If I had the Lansing Journal video that you posted. Huh?
Use the Lansing Journal one.
Okay, if I add it to, okay, but then you have to play it, right? Because it's
Okay, because all right. Well, either way.
Yeah, go ahead, play it. I'll tell you where to stop and everything.
Okay. It's broken in categories anyway.
June 26, 2025, Oak Brook, Illinois.
You get a second?
Second.
What's the music I hear?
Seconded by Trustee Avant to approve the Township Officials Cook County Annual Spring Conference. Clerk, please take the roll.
Trustee Avant?
Okay, you can skip. We already covered that.
We covered that.
Yep.
So
Friday, it moves to a different location, but at the same time throughout the township, where we have a flyer with the dates and locations that can be found on the township website. For other upcoming events, we have the Juneteenth Father's Day event tomorrow, right here, Wednesday, June 28th, from 11 to 1 p.m. We'll be here at the township. In the event that it rains, we'll come inside. We plan on being outdoors, enjoying the weather if possible. We also are scheduled to participate in various community parades. We have Homewood.
Yeah,
July
fast
Parade,
forward. We already talked about that.
the Harvey 4th of July Parade, the Hazelnut 4th of July Parade.
If you can find any song in the
Tracy,
world in
yes, I
seconds.
love it. Tracy says,
No,
newsflash, this is the total
there was
opposite of
no,
transparency. Yes, you people were freaking crazy with Tiffany on her butt for every little thing. You just expose yourselves. I gave you one grace meeting. You all exposed yourselves. All those people on that panel, on that board, they're all guilty because you know what? Silence is complicity. You're all guilty. Why are there no questions? Why are there no receipts? Why is there no disclosure? It's not acceptable. Not acceptable.
Good.
Yeah. Go ahead.
For requests for proposed issues. So therefore, no firm was hired to conduct that per se audit that was in that particular ordinance.
Oh, okay. He's giving the audit excuse again.
Also, was mentioned about the township website with having an opportunity to see.
Oh yeah, you can skip ahead. He talked about that already too. What do you mean,
So
like
we're
number
pretty much
8
at the end of the
activated?
video.
That we're going to maintain the duties of what we're supposed to do as supervisors and trustees to make sure that we consent and talk to each other about utilizing images being posted around for our own self-promotion. I have not put anything out without the consultation of this board regarding my image, and we're not going out here doing self-promotion. So we just felt like it was in the time when decisions have to be made, and we don't have to call a meeting.
Oh, you were like number 8. Thank you.
Decisions are being made, and they trust my judgment, and I trust their input as well. So we're working collaboratively together to make sure that we hold each other accountable in that frame. So I wanted to make sure.
Oh, I love that. Wait, would you pause that?
Was
Was that the Lansing Journal that put a comment in the bottom during the video? That's really cute. Rewind it a little bit just to get their comment. That was really cute.
Could you see it?
Interpretation. We trust each other, so we don't need an image ordinance. Yes. Way to go, Lansing Journal. Thank you. At least there's someone else.
Somebody.
Huh?
Collaboratively together to make sure that we hold each other accountable in that frame. So I wanted to make sure that question was addressed as to why it was done. And also the last thing I would like to mention that due to the 30-day posting requirement of the budget.
Can you put the closed captions on? Because I cannot understand.
You got it.
It's horrible. He's so quiet.
We have to post the tentative budget that we just introduced 30 days for refinement for the members of the Thornton Township residents to be able to review. And those things will be posted on the website for your review. So, with no further business coming before the township board, this meeting is adjourned. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you might as well, Napoleon. You're running the show anyway.
The time is 6:42, and I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I would like to make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Trustee Stubbs makes a motion to adjourn the meeting, seconded by Trustee Stone.
F for failure.
Clerk, please call the roll for the motion.
Trustee Yvonne? Yes. Trustee Gonzalez?
Yes.
Trustee Stanley?
All these
Yes.
people were so
Yes.
outspoken and loud.
Yes, with all members voting in the
With
affirmative.
Tiffany. Boo, boo, boo. Boo, boo, boo. Burgundy, if you're watching, what do you think of this? I'm very disappointed. It's just like Dalton, like you said, what's changed? All right, let's get rid of that. I'm closing that. Thank you, Vivian. Wait, let me share Vivian's link because we did watch her. We used her video. And Paul, I agree with you. And Paul, I was going to say, at least the Lansing Journal, you, Paul, there are people out there, I think, that see what's going on. But it really, really, really worries me. Now, wait, okay, sorry. At least he asked for a trustee to make a motion this time. Last meeting, the attorney told him he had to ask if there was discussion before asking for a roll call, but I guess he forgot.
What the fuck is this guy do up in He can't even get some local legislature. This is insane.
He can't even get what? What'd you say, Crook? Say it again. I just didn't hear you. Crook, what did you say? Say that again. I didn't hear you. But yeah, that's so funny, Paul. Oh boy, I guess he forgot. Isn't that crazy? A man who has multiple businesses, does not live in the township, loves to hobnob in Chicago and Springfield and everything, wears his fancy suits, drives his fancy cars, and he doesn't even know how to run a meeting. This is not acceptable. No, FF. And then Diane says, it's not easy when you're sitting up there. It's nice to see the turn action. Yeah, but no, don't cut him. He has been a state senator for Harvey, at least, like for Harvey and other towns, but for Harvey since, I want to say 2013, Diane. So no, don't cut him any slack at all. Nope, he is not new to politics. And he behaved like he was royalty. Wouldn't answer questions and just expected everyone to reelect him or to elect him to that post. So I have no sympathy for Napoleon. Sorry, I'm just looking for the link to share. How do I share Vivian's chat? Oh, here we go. Thanks again to Vivian for you don't have to live in the township. Of course they do, Diane. Napoleon just doesn't have to follow. What does your neighbor do, right? Or your mayor, right? Like they don't, these people don't follow rules. Thank you, Vivian. Go to like Vivian's video and her channel. So thanks to her for sharing that with us. Get rid of that. The rules only apply to people that you want to harass and get rid of. That's how it works, folks. That's how it works. Okay, next we're going to go to... Oh, sorry. Did anybody have any questions or anything about that last meeting? Otherwise, I'm going to go on to the Harvey Library Board meeting today, which was horrible. You don't have to live in the township to win a seat if you can afford a politically well-connected law firm. Bingo! We should start playing bingo like Diana does, but like bingo for like people who like understand it. They get the point. They see what's going on. Sorry, someone just sent me another YouTube link. What is this? Oh, okay. Oh boy. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, I'll check that out later. The people are getting screwed over, Thornton Township. This is not change. I was trying to give them some leeway after the first meeting, even though I was extremely disappointed. But now they get a total F. And now you've seen it was not about fixing problems or doing the right thing. It was about getting rid of Tiffany so now they can run the show. And they still have no accountability. We have no audit. We have no figures. And they're not listening to people. There are plenty of people like me who are saying, why do you have to do all these events? Board doesn't seem to care. I'm sorry the Bluetooth kicked in. Oh, no problem. No problem. Welch got his $40 million sports complex on the taxpayer's dime. Pritzker signed the budget. No coverage on that. Yes, Tracy, you did say that. Remind me. I need to cover that again. Bottom line is you got to get more people to run. Yeah. Regardless of who's sitting in the seat, you got to have rules in place. Right. F-. Yeah. Tracy, she's got it. F-. F-. 2 thumbs down. failure, whatever you want to say. But standard operating procedures, right? These people have standard operating procedures and they have enforceable rules for people they don't like. Everything else is just anything goes. That's why they got rid of that image ordinance, right? Oh, we're all buddies now. We don't need that. That was just to pick on Tiffany. Hey, Gardas, if they don't have any rules, we really can't judge how they perform. They do have rules, but they don't. The rules that they have, they don't obey. Okay, but you're right. Yes, you're right in saying that if they don't have any rules, we can't hold them. That is why they rescinded the image ordinance, because they didn't want rules. So now we're back to spend all the money you want on names and photos and free. It's illegal electioneering. I don't care how many people in the Chicagoland area do it. I don't want to see your name. I don't want to see your image. You can have it on the main building, maybe. Maybe one name tag and that's it. Hey, Gardis. Hey, Gardis. Gardis, were you at that meeting last night? I am extremely disappointed. Not surprised, but I'm very disappointed. Gardis says, I said it last year. NAPA was going to win and not much was going to change systematically. Thank you. I called it too, and nobody wanted to listen. And who knows? You know how many complaints we get about voter fraud every election in the Southland? So who knows if this slate even got as many votes as they claim to have gotten.
Hey Ryan, how do I sound?
Oh, you sound good. Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
We can hear you. But Gardis, yep, you are so right. 100% absolutely. So Gardis, can both you and I say told you so? Crook probably knew too. You probably knew too, Crook. All right, let's go to the Harvey Library Board meeting. And I guarantee you're going to see a lot of the same stuff. It's almost like these people are working with this from the same playbook. Haha. A very wise person recently told me you need to start filing the paperwork yourself. It looks like no one else is coming to help. Oh, you mean to run for office? And Gardis says, I agree with you. You said it along with me as well, and we got bullied by the Napo goons. Yeah. And do you notice, Gardis, how quiet it is? Where's the outrage? Where are the big crowds? Where are all the flamboyant YouTubers? Where are the people shouting out questions during the meeting? Where are all the enraged residents demanding an audit and answers and the receipts during public comment? Where have they all gone? Where have all the cowboys gone? Just don't make me start singing it for you. But yeah, Gardis, you can always tell the truth on this channel, okay? That's the rule. So this was Harvey's library board meeting today. They held another meeting during the day. You see 2 empty seats here so that these 2 trustees, I was told they were working, so they couldn't come. Scam, 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 scam.
We're not gonna, motion for any telephone,
Oh my God. And I apologize, you guys. They were also super quiet. And I don't think the captions uploaded yet. Because this was just from earlier.
in participation in the spot.
But I will try. Let me try to listen in and I'll try to tell you what they were saying. Oh, okay. I know what they're saying. At this point, this is Chappelle Hooks. So Trustee Hooks and Trustee Morgan, who is I believe at work, they're the only ones that are asking any questions, okay? So this is Chappelle here, the head wrap. And Morgan is gone. Trustee Tamika Price, Keith Price's wife, is also gone, supposedly at work. This is McCaskill's daughter. This is McCaskill, the dad. This is Angelette Taylor. This is Felicia Johnson. Okay. So trustee. This is the lawyer. I forget his name. Trustee and trustee.
Why you all are having meetings in the afternoon?
So what happened is Chappelle Keith Price got his new job. What is he doing? But yeah, so what happened is Chappelle asked, she said, okay, well, can't the trustees that are at work, can't they participate via phone? And basically the board president, Anthony McCaskill, husband to Keisha McCaskill, who is the Cook County Commissioner, also a consultant for the Harvey Public Library, also the executive director for the Harvey for the Harvey Park District. Do you see the pattern here? He said no. So they scheduled it during the day so that they could get the votes they wanted and they could leave these two trustees out. They said, no, she can't participate via phone, which I think that could be illegal. Could someone check on that? I think that Illinois law allows them to be able to participate via phone. But anyway, so then the meeting starts and then they went to public comment. And this resident, Mazurk Irvin, he says, why are you having meetings during the day when people are working?
I know there's supposed to be a monthly scheduled meeting at a time that is supposed to be convenient for the residents and for the board members. You all have meetings at 9 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right, because they had another meeting. It was the same thing, 9 a.m. in the morning for a library board meeting. Who does that?
What the board wants? Is this what all of the board wants, or I'm just curious. I got a big question mark, about 4 questions going at the same time.
So he says, who's calling these meetings during the day when people work?
You were able to participate.
That's not what I asked you.
And you couldn't hear it. Sorry, it's so quiet. But wait, hold on. KP, what? KP is allegedly the CEO. Oh, I did see. Oh my gosh. Yes, that's a whole. If she was an elected official who was unable to make that time due to work, absolutely, or the people should be in uproar. They elected her. Exactly. Yep. So I spoke out in public comment and I said that too, which you'll hear. But so Mazurk raised that. He said, why are you calling these meetings during the day? So Angela Taylor then responded, well, you're here. Basically, like, you could come. And then Mazurk responded, yeah, but that's not answering my question. Why are you, as a board, calling meetings during the day when most people work?
I asked you why are you having meetings at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's what I asked you.
Any other
Well, I don't know. I couldn't answer.
Chappelle is at least saying, I don't know.
Any other audience participation?
I have a question. Jacqueline Clark, 15238. Is there a
And then the other people just ignored his question, so they didn't answer. Rude. Sounds just like Napoleon.
or an ordinance that says there has to be a specific time, or is it according to when it's convenient for the board?
Special meetings are
Thank you.
Yes, I have a comment.
They were asked. Jacqueline Clark would ask something about same thing about like the meeting times, and they didn't give her an answer.
Ryan is Ryan Komowski. Yeah, I just had the same concern because I actually showed up. A lot of people showed up, including some media people that had to drive long distances, and they had to rearrange their schedules to be able to actually record the last meeting. And I found it was very disrespectful, especially as a Harvey taxpayer, that the meeting was canceled at the last minute. So I was here, Berserk was here, some other people were here, and we were apologizing for you because nobody was here to even tell people the meeting.
They canceled the last meeting at the last minute.
They're driving from more suburbs, from like.
Hey, Ryan, is this on YouTube?
No, it's not public yet. It was my live from earlier, but I didn't. It's not public yet.
Okay, because if you did, I could raise the audio on my end.
It looks like you're trying to exclude people that work normal day jobs.
Because you what?
I could turn the volume up on my end.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say because it's up all the way. I'm hoping when I make I'm gonna actually make a video, like a dubbed video to it. So I'm hoping when I do that, the audio will be better, but also it'll have subtitles.
You may not intend that, but when boards do that, that's what it looks like you're doing. Like for instance, Ms. Price works during the day, I'm assuming. So, you have a board member that works during the day. Why would you hold a meeting when one of your own board members works during the day? and Shawana Morgan. So to me, as a taxpayer, well, those are two people that people voted for, and they're not here today. So you're going to vote on everything without them? That doesn't sound right to me. And then my other concern was the.
And that's what DMG said, right? Same thing. I said, I don't care if you hate those two trustees, okay? It's again, this is nothing personal. They were voted in by the voters. You should not schedule a meeting for when they cannot come because they're working. And if you do, at least let them participate remotely. But they didn't. Why did McCaskill, the president, and his board not? Because obviously they don't want their votes. They wanted to make sure they could vote through what they wanted to vote through.
The finances. I know Chappelle had asked a lot of questions.
Oh, and then I made a comment about the finances,
and
like,
Morgan,
are we going to get any
finances,
transparency?
credit
And
reports,
they didn't
et
answer.
cetera. I was trying to follow, but it's really confusing. Clarify that. Like,
No answer. Then another gentleman spoke up, and he's a coach at Thornton, and I'll just summarize because it'll go faster. He's a coach at Thornton High School, and he was asking the library if this is how corrupt our library is, if he could use some space to do some things with students, because they don't let you just use space in there. You have to, like, you know how libraries will usually have meeting rooms or whatever. They told them that it had to go before the board first. Like, what the hell? You're with the high school and you want to bring in 2 students to the library. You shouldn't need to get special permission.
$600,924.89. That's 606,924.89.
Okay, and then Paul says, are the McCaskills so eager to dominate the library board because it is the last solvent pot of money in Harvey? Good question, Paul. Yes and no. Yeah. I would say maybe the library might have more money than some of the other boards. I don't think the last people that control the board were that good either. But their goal, McCaskill's goal, is to control all the boards in Harvey. Yeah, which I do not support. It's extreme nepotism too, because most of them are related to each other.
372.75.
Again, I'm just gonna talk over him because this is Napoleon all over again. He's reading off. First of all, oh my gosh, you guys. McCaskill pushed Felicia Johnson to be the treasurer because they support each other. Okay, Felicia Johnson also works for the Park District, and guess who's in the Park District? Two of the McCaskill children, and then the wife Keisha works as the executive director, and then Felicia also has a job at the Park District. So McCaskill pushed through Felicia Johnson to be the treasurer, and I'm sorry.
Table over, so I'm gonna make a motion to table the May 20th, 2025 meeting.
Second.
Roll call.
Secretary Martin McCaskill, yes. Trustee Morgan.
Yeah, I agree. No, DMG, no one should. That should not be up for a vote. You should always be able to participate. The voters voted you in. That's ridiculous.
Yes. Vice President Taylor. Yes.
But basically, he was so McCaskill. He pushed through Felicia Johnson to be treasurer, and he's giving the finances. You're the president. That's not your job. He's doing it just like Napoleon did, where he's saying 6, 2, 3, 5, 7 point blah blah blah. Can we have it on paper? Can you put it on the website before the meeting? So I'm sitting there trying to take notes. I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. Just tell us you're stealing money without just saying you're stealing money, okay? When you read off figures, no receipts, no audits. You read numbers. Like, what is this? The Stone Age? Even the Stone Age, they could write on stones, right?
$189.17. That's 27289.17.
And he's just saying numbers now.
Where were the bills listed? Because I didn't receive nothing. The board.
Oh, this is good.
For some reason, I can't open anything that's being sent.
Chappelle says, you ask the same type of questions I ask. Oh, thank you, DMG. They're not required to do it that way. Yeah, and that's bogus. But Chappelle is just saying, Where's the bills lists? My library email address account is shut down in that I can see I have emails, but I cannot read them. And the president just said, I cannot make this up. The President McCaskill just said, oh, well, I don't know. I can't help that. I don't know anything about that.
Right, that's what I'm telling you. It's all of a sudden now I can't send anything, I can't.
She's saying, I can't do anything in my library email. Dude, you are the president of the Harvey Public Library Board. If you can't do anything about one of your trustees whose email accounts is frozen for some mysterious reason, who can?
Can we, table this until I can look over?
Now she's asking, well, can you just table this? Let's table the bills because I wasn't able to see them. My account appears to have been locked or shut down or something. So that's very suspicious. Very suspicious. Like obviously the president and other people have control over the emails. So right, DMG, we shouldn't have to FOIA this crap. Wow, Tinley stopped posting payment reports. Yep. That's when I say, what are you hiding? Oh, sorry. You know, I have the agenda right here. I'm like, wait, what part are they in?
The agenda for July's meeting, new business, because there's a lot of discrepancies about bylaws, email, the employee handbook.
All right, he's talking about the bylaws.
Take over and look into the bylaws and employee handbook, and in 30 days, bring those back with a recommendation to the personnel committee. The personnel committee recommend.
And then what happens here is that Chappelle Hooks once again says, my library email account has been locked or shut down or something by obviously someone who has admin privileges. I don't want to vote on this. Why don't we table it? The president says no, and they vote on it anyway. Everybody votes yes except for Chappelle.
And that's the question. This game back and forth, who got it, who don't have it. The attorney's gonna go through, gonna update it, bring it to the personnel committee. The personnel committee is gonna bring it to the board, and then the board get a chance to review them.
Notice how they're not using their mics. They're very hard to hear. It's all about, let's try to hide things.
I mean, so where are that's what I'm saying, where's the bylaws? I mean, where are they? Because we've never seen them. So I'm trying to figure, I know since 23, I haven't seen them.
She's saying she hasn't seen the bylaws. I haven't seen them. They're not on their website. Are there any valid library
So
bylaws?
if I can't open anything through my email, how am I even gonna be able to see?
I have no control of the email.
Did you see? He just says, I don't have any control. If you can't open your email, you don't have any control. You're the frickin' board president. These are all your people except for Chappelle that are here in control today. So if you don't have any answers about why her email account is locked, then we're assuming you're obviously behind it. Instead of tabling it until she can see the stuff that was emailed, they vote anyway.
The board have a chance to come in and review, make some suggestions that they whatever you want to do, and they will take a vote.
And Diane says this has happened to her. Exactly. Yep. Right. And I've heard your mayor before. He's very disrespectful. Where he's like, "Sucks to be you." Basically, you know, it's like that's not leadership. Mrs. Julian says, "Wow, definitely shady characters." Yeah, sadly, yes. Take the information and make sure it gets fixed. Well, my email gets blocked. My suspicion, our suspicion, yeah, is that, I mean, since ultimately the president has control over everything, we believe that they purposely locked Chappelle out of her email account.
Vice President Angela Taylor and myself, President Anthony Jackson.
So they all vote for everything except for Chappelle, of course. No discussion on anything.
Have an email address, no website. So I want to let the attorney go to the Illinois Library Association, which is through the rail system, and put in a search for the director.
Here their vote. We have not had a library director in I don't know how long. So they voted on something with the director search. I don't understand. Well, I believe he said they're going to use the ILA, Illinois Library Association. So that means we should not have to pay. Otherwise, they were going to pay a firm like thousands of dollars, which I don't understand why they even ever considered that.
Forum to do the introduction of the person that we select, and then we will actually vote on that person, and I'm gonna try to get that done in 90 days. So that's a motion. Is it a second? Roll call.
I thought we approved this already.
No, we didn't. We approved for a company. We want the Illinois Library Association to actually do it and put it on rails and not try to go through an independent company that's gonna try to charge us $20,000 to do a search for a library.
And Chappelle asked the question again.
Yes, we do have some money, but I don't think $20,000 to pay out to a firm to go find somebody in the drawing party.
Also, is it just me, or does this bother anybody that he wears a hat during a public meeting? It's like he's trying to hide.
Treasurer Johnson?
Yes.
Mr. McCaskill, why are you wearing a hat in a public meeting? Show your eyes, show your face.
Yes.
So anyway, they vote for that. Chappelle votes no, which I don't blame her, because she hasn't been able to see anything because they locked her out of her email. All right.
Secretary McCaskill? Yes.
And they go into executive session, so we're gonna skip.
Yeah, because it was a lot.
The Harvey District is going to make a motion.
Hooks?
Yes.
Here, Treasurer Price, Treasurer Johnson?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Going to D, to amend the executive session items to reverse. So D will go.
You changed the order on the agenda. Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
President McCaskill?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Make a motion to reinstate Kara Morris.
So, from what I'm told, there was a motion to reinstate a former employee, Carol Morris. I believe she was let go, and there are concerns about ghost payrolling. This lady we're told she is a friend of the McCaskills, and they're rehiring her now to be an administrator. We have no library director. If you go in and ask about library stuff, there's no one trained in knowing how libraries work. Oh, but we still pay our taxes for it.
Secretary McCaskill? Yes. Vice President Taylor?
Yes.
Trustee Hooks?
No.
So Chappelle votes no on that, because why did they get rid of her in the first place? And now they're going to bring her back?
Oh, President McCaskill?
There's nothing under B. So for A, make a motion to terminate the IT manager.
Second.
Roll call.
I don't think anybody knew this. Huge. It just said action on employee on the agenda. They voted to terminate the IT person. He's sitting right here and he had no idea. Did you hear me? They just voted. It was not indicated on the agenda. Nobody had any clue except for McCaskill and the people allied with him. They just voted to fire Sam, the IT guy. Now, I had worked with Sam. He showed me where some of the historical archives were, and I was excited about working with him. He had no idea. They bring this up and fire him at the very last minute. And watch how calm they are about it.
President McCaskill?
Yes.
Vice President Taylor?
Yes.
Secretary McCaskill? Yes. Treasurer Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Morgan? Absent. Trustee Price? Absent. Trustee Hooks?
No.
Motion carried.
Chappelle voted no.
Second.
Roll call.
I was hoping that she would speak up more, but in the public meeting. But I'm assuming they probably discussed firing Sam here, the IT person, during executive session, because I didn't even know it was happening. It just happened so quickly.
President McCaskill?
Yes.
Vice President Taylor?
Yes.
Treasurer Pascal, yes. Treasurer Johnson. Treasurer Johnson. Absent. Trustee Hood.
Yeah.
Trustee Price absent.
And literally, that is it. That is one of the worst, most unaccountable meetings I've ever seen. And yeah, that happened today. Yeah. Wait, hold on one second, guys. I'll catch up to the comments. Mrs. Julian says that's sad. Yes, can you imagine? So look. Wait, I have to rewind it. You guys, Sam is the only person that I've worked with recently when I've done stuff at the library. Very nice young man. He was always very polite, never treated me rudely. They fire him at the last minute publicly like that. Does anyone know that why they didn't like Sam, the IT guy? No, I want to figure that out. He says, though, in a minute, you'll see we do a little interview, and he says he thinks it's retaliatory. Hey, Ryan, this happened today. Yes. Hey, Diana. Welcome, welcome. Was there a reason to fire him? That's what I want to know. Besides just, my theory is, see, that again, the McCaskills want to take, when you take over a board, like the McCaskills want to run all the boards in Harvey, you have to get rid of everyone who is not loyal to you. And then once everyone that's not loyal to you is gone, then you can steal money more easily because you can have people cover it up. That's how you're supposed to do it. I mean, I'm not saying don't do that, but maybe they want to put their family in. Right, family and friends, that's what it's all about. They voted to rehire someone I believe they had fired because she's one of the McCaskill buddies. But I want to just watch this again. Now look. This poor man. Now if that were me, I would have just been so upset. Maybe he was too in shock. But look at this poor guy. So he has just been fired. Look over here. Look. Poor guy. He's taken it. He looks like he took the key off his keychain. Oh, he gave it to Chappelle. Look. Poor Sam. And that's it. He puts his radio on the table and walks out. Look. Watch this again. How sad is this? No one says a freaking word. Now Chappelle was standing up for him, he said in the executive session, but radio's off. Bye. And he said like peace or something. I didn't realize what had happened. I thought he was just leading the meeting. And then Felicia Johnson takes the key in the radio. No words. Like, how the heck? And that young lady in the corner, the secretary, again, that's McCaskill's daughter. And the wife, Keisha McCaskill, is also Cook County Commissioner. She works for the library. Woo! Trustee Hooks, do you want to, while we're still live, do you want to make any comment or no? People. We can't make this stuff up. Or tell us about what, well, maybe tell us what you thought about the meeting, because there's a lot I still didn't understand. What did we skip at the end? The IT person would know things. So they voted to reinstate Tiara Morris?
No, Carol Morris.
Oh, okay, because they were saying everything so fast. How do you spell it? Right.
C-A-R.
Very disrespectful. Firing, exactly. Okay, thank you. Okay. And who is Carol Morris?
But
refused to remove us from process. This is helpful to the
here
people.
before as they we had brought her in.
All right, now you guys should be able to hear a little bit better. They gave us more info.
She was the like an administrator or something.
So not working the front desk, but like higher above them.
Yeah, she was supposed to be like the overseer or the boss or whatever, because we didn't have a director.
Okay, so I'll put like supervisor of some sort.
Administrator.
And she was brought back in the same role, the administrator?
I guess so. They never said what role she was brought back in, but.
Oh, and she is a connection to the McCaskill.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Do you know how they're connected? It's the friends and family plan. Like had they worked together?
From what was told is that she supposedly worked with Dr. McCaskill years ago or something before.
Anything in the park? Not in the park district?
I don't know.
No. Okay.
I don't
No,
know.
Diane. You know who it's gonna be? for the new IT
But
person,
okay,
it's going to be one of their friends,
And then what?
so that they can do whatever they
Action
want,
on
and the
Robert
person
Half?
will
Who
cover
is
up
that?
for them.
He's the, temp agency that the library was using.
Here comes the daughter wandering in again, being nosy. Like, what are they talking about?
They decided to not use Robert Half anymore.
Can you imagine these people? It's like your daughter, your son, your great grand niece.
Because I must have just not
your-
followed. I had
your,
one no vote on item.
great uncle.
On Carol Morris, and then after that,
No, but
tire everybody.
he never said anything about Robert Half, but that's why he skipped those two.
Carol
Morris, and then they to terminate the IT.
Oh, that was okay. That was the last one. So you voted no on that. That
Voted
was
on both.
on both. Okay.
Yeah.
And action on employees. That was the action was you said to terminate IT. Who's IT? Who's doing IT?
Yeah.
It's the
Is
guy
Sandy
that been
still
sitting
working
right
the
there the
library,
whole
or is he
time.
totally out now. Oh, so
That
who's?
was just fired then? Okay, gotcha.
Well, gee, it would help if they explained this stuff. I'm so glad you're telling.
And I had asked Chappelle because I didn't understand. They don't want you to
Wow.
understand.
Thank
That's
you
the whole
for
point.
clarifying.
Your job is to sit your butt down, shut up, and let them spend your money.
Has that been happening to anyone
Do you
else?
see how this works with these boards? This is no different than Thornton Township
My
or
email
Dalton.
just started acting up when I sent out the letter to all the trustees about the.
Will he get unemployment? I'm not sure.
Those payroll.
You sent a letter?
To all the trustees, yeah, I did. I sent a letter out to all the trustees.
And then Chappelle said that her
Yeah, I would
email
love to know.
started like not working after she
So you
emailed
basically sent a letter
everyone,
out
all the board
ghost
about
payroll
the
to the
issue
trustees,
about
and then
ghost
you had problems
payroll.
with your library email account.
Yes, I mean, and Sam, he's standing right here, he's my witness.
Right, he should be entitled to unemployment. I hope so.
Oh, yeah, what was the problem?
I wasn't able to send emails out.
So Sam, do you
I
know?
was able to retrieve them, you know, like I could get them, but I couldn't send nothing out. And, yeah, so that's what ended up.
So after you sent out the letter about ghost payroll, then your library email was
Because I
disabled.
never, I mean, Sam, my witness, I never had any problems with my email up until that point, and then all of a sudden I couldn't send
Right.
out no email.
Interesting timing, right?
Sandy,
Boy,
you
the
know how that
resume, blah,
could
blah, blah,
happen?
blah, blah. How much
Did
is it? I
someone
don't
log
know.
in higher, to
We
higher
could,
level or
yeah.
something, and like mark
These people
this
don't even
person's account
care.
inactive or something? Like, how could they do that if it's been working this whole time? I'm trying to understand.
The device would probably have to be, the device would have to be removed as an authenticated device.
Like whatever she was using to log. Oh, so you tried to help her, and it still didn't work, huh?
What's the reason why we got fired though?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to
Sam
know.
tried to help her get into her email, and it still didn't work.
That is a lawsuit. You can sue for that.
And the gentleman just said, "You better sue."
You think it's
I would
retaliatory?
sue for wrongful termination.
I see, but if you guys wouldn't have explained this, I didn't even know. They went so fast for those last items.
But that's why I think like that.
Oh, watch this. The lawyer comes back in, and I try to ask him, like, "Hey, could you answer some questions?" And look, he's like, "I'm out of there." Again, they'll take your money, but they don't want to actually work.
Oh, no, thank you for clarifying this.
Sam, did you know? Did you have any warning? Or did you know this was on the agenda today?
No.
Just when you saw it?
It wasn't even sent to me.
What's this with the law? They want us to-
Loser, lawyer.
Being able to, be in a meeting.
You don't even do
Oh, yeah,
anything.
maybe the lawyer could, Mr. Lawyer, could you answer this question?
He didn't come back. Of course not.
Oh, I'm
Poor
so sorry. Sam, to hear
Sam.
about this.
Anybody
It
hiring
wasn't listed on the
IT,
agenda. I had no
hire
idea.
Sam. He seems very, very, very sweet.
Yeah, that's why they had the meeting at 1 o'clock today, okay? They knew what they was doing.
See if you can catch the lawyer.
Mhm.
And see.
I want to see what he says.
I'm gonna tell y'all this too. The reason they got rid of him and brought her back.
Now remember, you're on live, just so you know. Oh, okay. No, I just wanted you to know.
They can't make her. She don't have an MLS to be a director.
She got credentials.
What they're saying, what they're saying is that Illinois law says you don't have to have an MLS.
So they're talking about how we haven't had a library director, and the board, the McCaskills are trying to get around the person, the candidate, the potential or prospective candidates having to have their MLS, their degree in library science, right? Because again, they want to bring in someone they know, so all the money stays in the family.
It is standard practice that like a librarian or director not have any of those. We
Doesn't have any library experience.
We were sent her resume and we're trying to vet it.
Oh, okay. Chappelle said that lady Carol Morris that they voted to hire back has no library experience. That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, if she. So anyway, that's it. So thank you for Chappelle. Chappelle asked some good questions, but that was it, guys. I'm gonna work on that later tonight. Wait, let me see. What's he doing a poor job? Ask her. Right. No, Chappelle said they didn't say why, but remember she was outvoted. If an IT person can't get into your email, something's up. Yeah. So that's what we think they locked her out of it. The president did. He has to go through Robert Half. Was he employed via Robert Half? I'm not sure. State of Illinois has a lot of IT positions, but they will give him a letter of recommendation. Will they give him? I don't know. I mean, at least Chappelle probably would. Another woman trustee with issues. Yeah. Yes, we need a real librarian. And there's a girl that I went to high school with. She lives in Harvey. She has her MLS. She has her librarian degree. I believe she's even applied before, and they just ignore her. Like, how rude is that? They don't care. They're on this board to make money, instead of providing library services. Good evening. Hey, Wendy City Live. You can't make us up if you try. Right, Diana. You know what, Diana, since you're the bingo queen here, we should make up our own Harvey bingo, or Harvey bingo or corruption bingo or something. Or maybe we could do one for each town, like, and then you can call off different things, like one of the things on the card would say, you're out of order, because that's what Mayor Clark always says, and if you call that out, then you could put the X on your card. Another one would be, female alderwoman gets arrested. That would be another one for the Harvey card. Oh my gosh. Let's do it. It's done in front of the people. What can be done to stop it? Right. Well, you know what? This is half the battle, is exposing it. That's the first step, guys. So, all right. Let me see what is next. Hold on one second. All right, so we did the Thornton Township meeting, Harvey Library meeting. I wanted to say we're still planning the details, but I do want to have some sort of Pride social event, possibly with doing some bingo where you guys can play online or you can join in person. So it will be at my house Saturday from 3 to 5. I'm hoping Diana can come and do the bingo. And then I'll be streaming. She'll be streaming. Whoever else, other YouTubers want to come, I'll invite them. When it happens in the town, mark your card. Oh, the arrested court counts. Yeah. But again, so that's this Saturday. What's the date? 21st, I believe. 3 to 5 p.m. here in Harvey. I'm going to do a little Pride social / bingo. So yeah, please come out. I will be posting more information, more, the invites and everything. And I hope Diana can come and do the bingo. Like I said, I'll be camming. I'll be live. Diana will be live on her channel. And if anybody else wants to come and be live. Oh, let's see what new drama is happening in the Harvey group. What is this? Oh, okay. It was something funny. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything crazy. Someone just asked, so is that Hispanic group real? The one that Amir told us about. But Wyoming said she looked it up earlier. She couldn't find any information on it. So it appears Amir was correct that is not a real group. That I can't believe Antoine Russell made up a fake Latino group. Like, what did he call it? Southland Hispanics, to get a fake endorsement. That's horrible. Like, oh, Jesus. So anyway, Saturday will be the get together 3 to 5, either live or in person. And to close it out, wait, Diana, are you still here? Because you missed it last night. I've been doing it for Pride Month, like some serious videos, but also some funny videos to end out the lives. You know, with some LGBT themes. So, you guys know I found this guy last night and he cracks me up. Wait, I think I'm gonna try another one of his. So he is very funny. His name is Hey Diana. Okay, let me know what you think of this guy. I think you'll like him. Some of you saw one of his videos last night with us, but he's very outspoken. Now he might use some profanity, okay? So just fair warning, but oh good, and I don't hear it raining anymore, thank God. Like I said, hopefully I don't want to get any flooding. So this is his account. All right. So it's called King of Reads. I think that meant like when someone reads you, as in they're putting you in your place. I think that's what that meant. At first I was like, what does he mean King of Reads? So blunt, funny, and accessible. So he does a lot of like Black entertainers, talking about them, but he also has some great LGBT stuff. So let's find that. Oh wow! Oh, yeah, look at his most recent stuff. He loves the celebrities. Where's his thing? Like, how do I find just the he has some great gay videos. But where is that? Can I search just his videos? I can't. Here we go. Oh, that's good. Oh, I love, yeah. See, these are good. I wish he did more of these. Oh, that's good. Trade is killing my gay brothers. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, gay interracial relationships. That would be it. Black or gay, I can't choose just one. Oh, yeah, that's good too. Actually, I should call Amanda because she might be interested in this one. Let's see. Let's start with a little of this one. Let's see what he says.
Okay, y'all. The other day, well, it's been like some weeks
Diana,
ago.
I think you're
Somebody
gonna love
emailed me,
him.
and they will remain anonymous.
I
And they
feel
would
like
just
he could
make,
be your
saying
child.
that they are gay, and they don't know how to come out to their parents because their parents are very religious, and they want to come out and be be honest, and just speak on their sexuality. And it makes so much sense because no one wants to live in like that kind of environment where you feel like you can't be who you are. And then I got another email, and the email was like, I know that my son is gay, and I just want him to tell me he's gay. I know he is. I've seen some stuff, and I know. And I just want him to know that I'm comfortable, and I want him to tell me he don't want to come out. And these are two interesting emails that coincide. And I felt like I wanted to do it as soon, but I had to really do some thinking, and I really had to prepare myself to talk. And I apologize to both of you all. I hope you all see this video. I had to really prepare myself, and I asked some other people. I really wanted someone to join with me with this discussion, because it's kind of touchy subject for me. Period. About coming out, and I just want to talk about it. I feel like I'm comfortable enough to talk about it now. And explain to the guy who wants to come out to his parents. It's something. Everybody is different. Everybody's parents is different. I came out to my parents, well, really my mother, about 3 or 4 times. And I started coming out like I was like 15 or 16 years old, and she didn't really want to accept it. And I love my mother to death, and I really don't want to take this as a bashing towards her, but me growing up 15, I had an interesting childhood. I've seen some things. No, I wasn't molested and all that kind of stuff, because every gay person has not been molested, and now they gay. The shit does not work like that. But I've seen some things and some spiritual things. And I've seen some things. I've experienced a lot of stuff, and I felt like I grew up fast. So when people ask me how old I am, they're surprised, because after being around me, they're like, God damn, you have an old soul. I've been told that so much. It's just I've experienced some stuff at a very early age. Like I had to come out like 3 or 4 times, and I just and I kept fighting with myself about I'm gay, I'm gay, and they need to just kind of accept it, because I heard they have a choice when it comes to religion. So I understand your parents are very religious and all that type of stuff. I can understand that. But you just got to be honest can you be honest with yourself? Can you be honest with yourself? Be happy with yourself is basically what I'm saying. And just come out and just tell them. There's no perfect way. And I really can't tell you how to do it. But
I
just
love how
he
he
talk
sings.
to them, because I'm pretty sure they have an idea already. Trust and believe. Like Chicago, they already know that, it's something about.
They already know. Let's see. Where's the one about? Oh, here. Why don't gay men like barbershops?
Now we got to go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Maybe where's the golf cart? There it is.
Why don't gay black men like black barbershops? A very, very good question. And I talked about this in another video. Shout out to my guy, once again, Jay, aka Mr. Goodrich Proctor. This whole situation, full blog post on it on justinj1232.com. I hate going into black barbershops. I don't like it. I don't. I hate it. I've always hated it, and I think that my experiences with black men is the reason why. And before we even get started, I want to just kind of, this is about black men. This is about black people, black community. I'm not talking about Asians, I'm not talking about Latinos, I'm not talking about Filipinos, I'm not talking about white people, I'm talking about black. Me have a disdain towards black men. That's sort of the issue why I did not like the whole Black Lives Matter movement. I didn't think it included me. And when I went on certain Facebook pages and things, I saw derogatory comments about black men and black gays and lesbians, all that type of stuff. So it just kind of just always like, girl, they're just not here for me. So, I've educated myself on that and stopped generalizing it, because all black men are not like that, and all people in the Black Lives Matter movement are not like that. But I think it goes for my experiences, period, with being in high school, middle school, and all that type of stuff going. Black barbershops are where we have conversations. They have conversations about everything. And you just really get to hear ignorant ass opinions and ignorant ass facts. And they're not open minded. And I'm not saying it's just, oh, wow. These people really are not educated. And this was back, making comments, about gay people. And for that, I was shunned. I was not in that, like, he was trying to come at me, but he didn't have no valid point to argue me. So when I left, he talked about me like a dog, and somebody else had to come and tell me, I'm just like, why do some of you heterosexual Black men give a fuck so much what the fuck I'm doing with my booty hole and my dick? I just don't understand that shit. I don't give a fuck that you got 20 baby mamas. I don't give a fuck that you can't pay your car note. I don't give a fuck that you leasing fucking rims. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't give a fuck about, you going to work. I don't give a fuck about you what size suit you wearing. Heterosexual Black men, I don't care about what you're doing like that. I care about if you're doing well. But why are you so, and why do you want to use, why do you want to come down on me for being gay? I don't understand it. That's why I get so irritated when people like Godzilla, whatever her name is, says shit like I'm Black first before I'm gay. And no, bitch, in my fucking what's that girl? What's my girl name? Kim. Damn, I call her Kim. I better call her Kim Kardashian. K Michelle voice. It's just like I'm Black and I'm gay. I mean, just because you can't see it doesn't mean anything. Okay, my thing is, you can see it because we've been taught colors and all that type of shit. And da 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 da. So you can't really see that I'm gay. You can kind of generalize me, and because you can kind of put your finger on my color, almost just a little bit, not as much. So it's kind of complicated. It's kind of a little bit complicated on that. It's just what we think that if a man acts a certain way, he's gay. Just like the guy with Chris with Real Housewives of Atlanta. He's not, he's not gay. He's married to King Fields and all that type of stuff.
I think Burgundy would like this guy too.
So it's just like we just generalize people at birth based off of our interactions. I think that's why we need a little bit more culture and get to understanding and be around people, so we can understand that everybody's not like that. So it's just like, how some of y'all gonna tell somebody to be comfortable when you're not even comfortable with yourself? That's part of the problem. I can understand we kind of conform in sometimes, but we shouldn't have to, period. But I can understand sometimes to protect ourselves because we know how ignorant people are. But it's just like some of y'all ask, some of us unfortunately, do things to make people see that we're heterosexual when clearly we're not. And everybody knows that we're not. So this is like the kind of the issue, for Black gay men, is because we feel like, and not all of them are like that. I went to one, like the one I went to, I didn't feel bad. I was comfortable, but my experience is arenas to venues. But it is what it is, and the black gay men will be HIV positive. We've got to do the work. We've got to do the work. And confused with, I will tell you several times, I am a Black gay man and I'm not afraid to talk about Black gay issues. And this is no shade to anybody else, but it's just the fucking truth.
I'll give him a lie.
I'm not tell you in your face that I'm gay. I will not sit up here and conform and sit up here and say some shit just to get your clicks and likes. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. And you're gonna respect me for liking dick, and you're gonna respect me for liking ass.
I'll give him the subscribe too. Good for him. We need more outspoken.
You don't like, stop watching me gossip and talk shit any goddamn ways. Okay, you shouldn't be pressed about any of that. So don't come into me. We're a religion-free zone here at the J's. We're a religion. We respect people's opinions and all that type of stuff. But girl, don't come in here trying to preach down and tell somebody how they need to be doing based off of what you believe in or who you pray to. And that's just how it works. Girl, I know I done pissed some folk off with that, but we'll be okay. But read out and check out this post about Black men. And I want this to kind of, start a conversation. And I want people.
So yeah, I don't know what you guys think about him, but I really appreciate his honesty and his openness. Who's our guest? Who is this?
Crook.
Why do you have two? Oh, you made another login?
I'm on my phone.
Oh, I was so confused because I saw two, and I'm like, "What? Oh, you're showing us where you are?"
No, well, I'm just walking.
I can see that.
Not trying to show you
Yeah.
where I'm at, but yeah.
Well, do you know you have your camera on?
I just found that out about 2 seconds ago.
I mean, all we see is pavement, but I was like, "Oh, who's this?"
Oh, well, y'all can come on and walk along.
Oh, that's nice. Well, yeah, I'll post his let me post his this video in the chat. But I appreciate his candor. He's also pretty funny. There's another video that he had that was really funny, but yeah, check him out, King of Reeds. Diana, you'll have to let me know what you think. I thought you would get a big kick out of him. But he's right. I mean, how many of us pretend to be something we're not because we are afraid of not being accepted? It's a big or common thing, right? Very common. I wanted to see if was it? No, it was. He had another one on gays in the church. Oh, this is the one that I played last night. Homophobia in the Black community. He went off, but it was really good. He's funny, but he also has some really good points.
Come
on. Oh, Lil Nas X. Where was that? Oh man, I just had seen it too. Oh, fix my secret life as a gay pastor. What in the heck is that one? Oh, this one. Why do Black gay men still attend homophobic churches? Silent sissies of the pew. Let's just give this one. We may not watch the whole thing, but I wanted to give this one a little bit of a listen and see. I wanted to tell him.
Today I'm going to be trying the new Dave's Hot Chicken mini sliders.
All right.
Why do you Black gay men still go to homophobic churches?
Let's follow me. Let's see if she likes it.
So earlier today, I had a chance to attend a workshop that discussed HIV in the Black gay community.
What'd you say?
Workshop,
I was talking to somebody.
What'd you say, Crook?
I was talking to somebody. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I heard
I
something. Hey, Amanda, I'm calling you and I'm on my live, but are you home? I just thought that you might get a kick out of this video that I was sharing. Sure. Yeah. Let me know what you think about this guy. I shared one or two of his videos last night, and then we just watched one of them, and I'm going to share part of another one. But I've never watched it before myself. But I just said, hey, everybody, let's call Amanda and see if she's around. But yeah, let me tune in and let me know. The theme is, why do Black gay men still attend homophobic churches? But he's in general, like he's well, you let me know what you think. I think he's an interesting speaker. But anyway, yeah, we're live.
It was brilliant. I had a good time. It was just very informative and just very positive. I felt the energy. I felt everything. But I began, and this is not the first workshop, and it's not probably won't be the last. And I noticed that Black gay men, which I was surrounded, made up like 80 or 90% of the group, are very religious. When they talk about, oh yes, they kind of thank you, hallelujah. They were I got that deep Southern church feeling from them. I just didn't understand. And as they talked and they shared their stories of how they dealt with being ostracized and stuff by the church, some of them have dealt with issues of going to the church and being rejected and not being able to talk to their pastors and ministers and preachers about things going on with them being a Black gay man. And they just kind of got, shunned and people did not know how to interact with them. Kind of told them to pray about it. let's get you some help and all that type of stuff. But I hear many of these stories. But I still
let us know in the comments if you if you've had experiences like that where you came from a religious background and maybe you had some conflicts where people didn't approve of whether you were gay or maybe it was some other issue. But obviously I'm covering this stuff because it's Pride Month. But yeah, let us know. I mean, I definitely came from a more religious background of several different kinds of churches. And, you know, it was always made very clear to us that there were certain molds you had to fit into. Otherwise, you know, it was of the devil and it was not accepted. And, you know, you could be in danger of being thrown out of your house and or ridiculed by the whole community, the whole religious community. So it can be quite the issue. But yeah, put in the comments if you've had any similar experience.
I find it very fascinating. A lot of Black and gay men are still heavily involved in the church. Do not get offended by this. I'm just asking questions because I'm seeking knowledge. I want to hear different perspectives of what is actually going on. Me, I will talk about myself first. Church is something that I've not been interested in the last couple of years, probably 3 or 4 years, probably for a minute, but I just finally accepted that, you know, I have too many questions about religion. And, you know, at this point, I feel more comfortable talking about it. And it was a journey. It was a journey being able to talk openly about how I feel about church. I wrote a blog post about it, and you can check it out on kingarees.com. You know, it's just when people ask me about religion, I'm not sure how to respond because I don't want to offend anybody. And I don't want anybody to think that I, you know, worship the devil and all this dumb shit. I just have a bunch of questions, so I'm not sure what I fit into and what works for me. So I noticed that a lot of, you know, queer men and women, you know, get shunned by church. There's also another blog post on kingarees.com where this woman had went to the church with her and her wife, and the church kind of just made them feel like shit. They preached about homosexuality, made her feel really bad, so she penned a letter to the pastor. She had penned a letter to the pastor. The pastor was preaching a sermon about how the gay community is tearing down the Black community. So the couple, the wife, wrote a letter, you know, after being offended by the comments. She penned a letter to the pastor saying, no, these are the problems in the Black community. You have kids that are in 10th grade that can't read, have this and that going on. She named out several issues. She's still religious. She still has her faith, is still strong, it's not shook, it's not anything. I've heard so many stories of people going to the church, sitting, and I call them silent sisters in the pews, you know, they call them church queens and all that type of stuff. But I just be fascinated how certain people, queer Black men, gay Black men, sit in a church and let a pastor, minister, or anybody degrade them sitting down and don't say anything. You have a pastor telling you that I'm not doing any marriage proposal, I'm not doing any weddings, and he can do what he wants as his church. I'm not going to tell him what actually teaches of Christ, because clearly some of them do not know that. But how someone just says some things to you and you sit there and you take it and you don't say anything, I just don't understand it. It'd be kind of interesting to me, and I just feel like the church has changed. And when I asked that question on my live feed the other day, people responded well, saying that some churches are like that and it's an issue, but it's a lot of churches, and I'm not trying to generalize, but I'm noticing that there is a problem when it comes to the Black community. When we talk about HIV, AIDS, and we talk about all the stuff that's going on, the stuff that needs to be fixed, understanding credit, understanding wealth, money management, paying bills on time, all this type of stuff. And it just seems like the church is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And it's kind of, I feel like sometimes the church is a pep rally. I feel like it's a pep rally on that Sunday to go on with our miserable lives, and to make it, you know, like, okay, and I'm not saying all churches, I know some of y'all gonna hit, all churches ain't like that, and Justin come to my church, that's fine. That's fine, but I'm just noticing that a lot of churches are doing a disservice with the Black community, and I'm just not understanding how some people, especially my gay brothers and sisters, sit down and be ostracized and villainized in these settings, in these pews, and so silent when these pastors are preaching what he think is the word of Christ, and it's not. It's not the teaching. I don't understand how pastors and preachers feel like they're just supposed to.
Is anybody still very religious? People who still go to church? I really don't very much anymore, but I went to so much church growing up, enough for 10 lifetimes.
Preach to the perfect and teach them. That's not how it works. As I can remember correctly, Jesus went to people that needed to hear the word. He taught people that, you know, he spoke to a prostitute. A lot of stuff, like, I just don't understand, to the sick and the needy. I don't understand how you expect people to be perfect coming to you directly. And that's the same thing when it comes to this HIV work that we're trying to do in the gay community. We have a lot of these summits, a lot of these events, and it seems like that we're preaching to the people who are already knowledgeable about the subject, but we're not talking to the people who directly need to hear it. Some of us need to hold these people in these positions accountable. We need to make them talk about certain issues. We need to make them, like, hey, like, I know that you're doing this, but we need to be focused on this and that. You can't have a conversation, a dialogue with someone like that. You can't question them or have a conversation side by side. Not out loud now. No, not out loud. But if you can't do that, something is wrong. If you can't respectfully criticize someone like that, something is wrong. You can't question, something is wrong. And when I asked why, and I know I'm getting off subject, and I asked why Black gay men still are heavily involved in the church, considering how the church has did them. When I asked this question on my Facebook, why are Black gay men still heavily involved in the church and their faith is so strong, considering all the things that have been taught, like burning in hell, you're not going to be able to do this, you can't get married, you can't do this, and you're going to die of HIV and AIDS and all this type of stuff. Why do some of us still go? And some of these churches are not accepting of us. Why do we still go? Someone told me stuff, like doing the faith church, and I feel like, turns me all the way off. It's just, I have too many questions. I just don't understand it. So I'm seeking knowledge in a different way. I don't want somebody to invite me to church because it ain't.
Interesting. Well, I always appreciate his, his honesty. The video last night was, oh my God, that was so fun. Oh wait, let's see. This is a rant. I like his rants the best. Let's see if this is another rant.
Y'all already know what time it is. Black V-neck roast. Let's get into it. Before I even go the fuck in, because I'm really pissed off, if you are watching right now, I suggest you put your headphones on because it's going to get real ugly in just a minute, okay? You got your headphones in? I'm giving you some time. Turn the volume there because I'm about to go in. This is not going to be no ordinary Black V-neck roast. This is going to be off the chain. Let me tell y'all what I'm sick of. I'm sick of hearing gay and Black phrases all on fucking TV and not seeing the people who are responsible who have made this shit, okay? Let me go and get into it. I just got to one of my good guys just send me a video of Tamar, the shade or no shade off the fucking. Let me tell you something. I don't watch that bullshit ass goddamn show, to be honest, any damn way. I don't see how he was still there. I want it to be counseled so bad. And any gay that's watching it, you need to be shot in your motherfucking eyes. Somebody take your goddamn rainbow card. Let me tell y'all something. Tamar and all these other motherfuckers steady using that shit to myself. No shame. Bitch, we made that motherfucking shit. And you got your Dragon Ball Z episode, and bitches giving you energy, and you use it for the wrong goddamn purpose. You need to sit your ugly ass down. I'm so fucking sick of looking at your ass, and I try my best not to look at you. Because folks be saying, Justin, did you see that? Justin, I'll be trying not to. Lord knows I've been trying. It's a new year, new me, but new motherfucking reason, bitch. You still got that same lay-ass motherfucking face. I'm sick of it. You own that motherfucker to myself. Shade or no shade. Bitch, if y'all really cared about the motherfucking gays, if you really cared and you loved us, you would have had a gay you would have had a gay panel. You would have had one or two. You ain't got nobody unless they behind the scenes and I just don't know about it. The whole goddamn cast is females that use the motherfucking gay phrase. I have no problems with women. Let me get that on out because you know some of y'all love to say that shit. Well, we came up with that. You ain't came up with a goddamn thing, okay? Get your ass on Google search right fucking now.
Oh, okay. So I think what he was doing. Oh, wait. Wendy said, Brian, I wish that I could come hang out, but I have transportation right now. That's okay, Wendy. That's why we're doing. That's why I'm gonna go live as well. Because that way everybody can feel that they can participate. But I think what he's critiquing here, which is a legitimate critique, is that a lot of times you'll see in the media, especially straight women, will they'll just say cute and funny phrases, and he's saying like, hey, well, but gays came up with that, like they were saying that, and so it's an interesting point.
And type in Paris and Burning, baby. Some of them reads centuries old that we have been using underground shit because we were not accepted. Y'all didn't accept that ballroom shit. We couldn't do that shit in the damn club, so we had to come up with our own shit, our own families and shit, and bond it together. And I love my gay brothers and sisters for doing it, but I'm sick of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing our work. Bitch, let me tell you something, hey, Tamar. If you say my hair is
laid on TV, I'm gonna drive. I don't give a fuck if I got $1 in my goddamn account, bitch. I'm gonna put another $1 there so I can get enough gas to make it to where the fuck you filming it. I'm gonna kick you right in your goddamn nose, because if you say that bullshit, I know it's gonna be real. If you say anything like my hair's laid, because you done already stole Kevin and McHale shit, I wish they can sue the fuck out of you for every fucking plastic piece of shit in your goddamn face. Oh, and somebody have several seats. You ain't gave these boys no type of nothing on goddamn TV. You have not gave them anything besides having Kevin on one episode for a couple of seconds. You is a wrong honey, bitch. I cannot wait till you get what's coming for your ass, because I can feel it in my spirit, honey. It's coming. And I'm not wishing shit on her ass, because I know some of y'all ass gonna say this shit. Let me read your ass too. I'm not wishing shit on her. I don't have to wish, bitch. Okay, I don't have to wish upon a Katy Perry star. I know the shit is coming, because she is wrong. The how she did Kevin and McHale still pisses me off. Tam, okay? Anytime. And when I say some shit and say, you sound like Tam, I know, bitch, she sound like us. Because we made the shit up, okay? That whole like came up with shit.
No, you know, he's probably talking pop culture that I have no clue about.
You better come up with a complete face. I'm gonna be good, because I'm gonna go to work, get these damn coins. But I just want it to be known, and y'all know how I get when I get pissed off by something hard, and my soul was finna come out my motherfucking ass, because it just pissed me the fuck off. It's so I'm sick of seeing, and it's just. Oh, it was us at first. They were taking our music. They were taking our damn music, shit that we had wrote, shit that we were saying, all the black folks back in the 50s and 40s, whenever. Taking their shit, and these folk were I want to see them. Why is there, if you love the gays so much, and you know what, let me read some of you gays, because some of you think these folks care for your ass, and they don't. There are several types of women in this world. And I love women. Don't get me wrong. Women's. I just ain't finna dig in no pussy. But some of your ass is one group that's, you know, they not over the top. They know you. They love you. Boyfriend or whatever care about you, all the type of shit. And there's another type that I know. The bitches that would say, oh, yes.
Oh, thank you, Mandy. Okay, because I was wondering that. Tamar is always using gay slang and hangs a lot of gay men. She can be annoying at times. Okay, thank you, because I'm just like, oh, gosh, I'm not up with all who's who.
All that type of shit. The bitches that be extra like that, watch out for their ass, because they will talk about you like a goddamn dog when your ass is not around. I know that because I had one of them up, and I had to let that bitch go like the goddamn bitch blowing blizzards out her fingernails. She used to all in my damn face. But when Trey used to go on Trey that she was dating, used to say certain shit, she would cackle and all that type of shit. Let me tell you something, a real friend ain't gonna let this shit happen. A real friend they not gonna let nobody talk about them. They will roast the shit out of their ass. And they will call your ass all types of names, but you know that because y'all on that type of level. I got one of them friends, like I love her to death.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. I lost the signal or something. Tamar Braxton is a singer. Connie Harvey says Tamar is an asshole. Okay, I have to look it up. I'm not always good with pop culture stuff, but this man and his takes, like he is cracking me up. And I don't even know everything he's talking about, but I know what he means where he's saying, unfortunately, you do see a lot of people who profit off of things that have come from gay culture, but then those people themselves are actually very homophobic and not helping gay rights at all.
Lab make coins out there. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. I really am sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm just beyond tired. And the only time I guess we need to be seen on TV is when we like fucking slave type bullshit, putting the makeup on their face, getting their clothes to stylists. Why can't we just be as successful as you are doing other things? Stop showing just that damn image. That's what I'm sick of. I guess Nene does the same shit. I guess I love y'all beat my face. I love the gays. No, the fuck you don't, bitch. You love what we are, okay? You think we a goddamn product, bitch. We are not no fag in a bag, bitch. Get your goddamn life. We made this shit. Get your life, ho. We made this shit. Have several seats. That's a gay thing too, honey. You ain't came up with none of that bullshit. That's all I got. So take my ass to work. You know what? Let's have a quick press session. I'm asking you right now, touch and agree. Will Tamar's face touch her vocals because they are cracked like her goddamn skin. I'm asking you to touch her lip, touch her edges because they are not equal. They do not have justice. They do not have anything. They don't know what to do. They're confused. They're confused with life. They don't know what to do. I'm asking you to fix her nose, fix her lip, fix that crooked ass eye, fix everything. You know what? Just start putting the recycle bin and start from scratch. Matter of fact, don't even put in the recycle bin. Put that shit in a compactor, destroy it, and start from scratch. Don't use anything from her because I'm sick of looking at her. I'm sick of looking at you. Okay? I'm sick of it. That's all I got. I'm gonna take my ass to work because I gotta be working at 12 and it's 11:15. I'm good. I love it. I love y'all. I love you. I'm giving you all I got. I just had to calm down because some of y'all be thinking I'm crazy and shit. That's all I got, hon. I'm gonna get ready for work. I'll talk y'all later, dude.
Oh, I love it. Okay, wait. Now, I did not plan on going this long, but I have to at least Google this. So who is this again? Tamar Braxton? Okay, hold on. Let me pull it up. Because now, of course, I'm wondering, I'm like, who is this person? Who is this woman that he's talking to? Tamar. Okay. American singer, songwriter, and actress. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I see what he means in that yeah, she looks like she's had a lot of surgery. Very interesting. And then thank you, Mandy, because Tony. Oh, okay. See, I know Tony Braxton. So wait, well, I used to enjoy some of Tony Braxton's songs, but is Tony nice and then the little sister is just not very nice? Is that it? Because like I said, this is very interesting. I had no idea. But this guy cracks me up. Mandy, I thought you'd like him. But yeah, sure enough. Okay, Tamar Braxton. And then before we go, I should do one of who do we like? Oh, Mateo cracks me up. Mateo. Mr. Mateo. He has a lot of funny stuff.
We were all rooting for you. How dare you?
Oh, his show where he gives advice.
Your therapist thinks you probably should.
I think he's from Chicago too. He's a cutie. I wish he were available. Yeah, she's Tony Braxton's little sister. Yeah. Anyway. Yes. So let's make sure that we close out with some real comedy. Ha 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 ha. Crook, are you still there? You still taking your walk, Crook? Mandy, you can come on if you want, Mandy. You can come on if you want, girl. But yeah, we gotta end the night with some levity. You're probably gonna say, how am I gonna come on anyway? You have to send me the link. Let's see what you think of. Oops, sorry, no, that was the wrong link. Darn it. Let's see what you think of Mateo. Mateo's pretty funny. I think you'd like Mateo, Amanda, but let's see.
You need to fire that therapist. Well, he found a husband, just not one committed to him. Are you just mad he's not an alcoholic? We're listening to you. What happened?
First, my friend Matt, it's his birthday also today.
I can't sing happy birthday again, Peter. Oh, when Peter got the birthday song, we could hear happy birthday to you. What if I'm gonna keep going? I'm gonna sing it like that. What's his name again? Ugum? Matthew. Okay, you ready? Happy birthday to you.
Well, this show, Mateo gives dating advice.
Matthew and his birthday.
What do you think about gay men dating a straight man that's branching out for the first time?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right, I'll say what Ugum said. She said, "What do you think about a gay man that's dating a straight man that's branching out for the first time?" And then they added in Jersey.
Oh, Mateo.
Oh, but we got to do brunch. I'm sorry. You are my cup of tea. I love you. The fact that she was like, wait, I got to give him the fact that he's in Jersey. That means the biggest point of contention in this problem is not that he's dating a straight guy. It's that they got to take the fucking tunnel. Jesus. Even Peter's like, what a no. I'm kidding, Peter. Woo! Okay, wait, where is Matthew? Are you here? Oh, hey, Matthew, what's up? So, where'd you meet this guy? How'd you meet him, Matthew? You met him on Tinder. Okay, so straight. Yeah, I guess that. Okay, and what did he say? He was straight? Obviously not if you matched with him, unless you had like a blonde wig and you're like Sarah, like hoping you'd find this guy. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, just like first time for everything.
Why are you talking to other gay men like we have no experience with this? To whom do you think you're speaking to right now? We're not at Peter's house. We're gay, goddammit. Now get in the goddamn juicy details or I'm making Ugum tell us every goddamn detail because you know she knows. Now I'm giving you a chance before I bring Ugum up here, okay? So listen, Matthew. How'd you guys met on Tinder? Okay, and then so did he say right away, I'm like, not, I've never done this before. Yeah. That was a lie. And wait, what's your name?
Sorry. But yeah, he was giving advice for for someone that that is gay that supposedly is going on a date with a guy that calls himself straight anyway. Oh, Crook, did you call me?
Hoping you'd find this guy. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, just like first time for everything.
Oh wait. What did we miss?
So okay, so if anybody has questions, and we'll just play by ear. It gets fun, and some questions, And does he have a family or something?
Yeah.
Oh.
Uh-oh. There's a family too. Oh boy.
Sto ascoltando. Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead, tell us more.
Yeah.
Ugum, is he like this at brunch? Do you have to pull shit out of him to say anything? He's nervous. Well, we don't have time for you to be nervous. You've been talking. Okay, your voice cracked. We're out of French fries, Mo.
Hey Ryan, read the private chat.
I'm sorry, Matthew. I'm kidding. I'm giving you a hard time because I don't know you. But do you like him, or like, do you see this as being?
What'd you say, Quick? Oh, Merci. Yeah, he's funny. I like their relationship advice shows. They're really funny. What did you say, Crook? Did you call me? Do you want me to call you?
Sure. Or just read the private chat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even see it.
It should be in the private.
Oh, you had sent me a BRB message earlier, and I didn't even see it. Oh, okay. Oh, are you saying that I should share that?
No, just letting you know.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not going to be on that much longer. But yeah, Mateo, yeah, see what you think. I'll let him
Like a relationship thing, or do you feel that this guy's like just experimenting and you're just going along for the ride?
I feel like I'm at the end of my rope.
You're at the end of your. Oh no!
He said the end of his rope.
Now are you crying? This is really sad. This Tinder love story. Okay, well, what's he saying? He's saying he's not willing to commit. Well, yeah, he's got a family. So wait, are you the mistress? You are the mistress.
Oh boy.
Okay. This is good. What's he saying to you? Like, I have to end this. I've got a wife and kids. No. Oh, he's saying let's keep fucking, but don't tell my wife and kids. Well, you're looking for a boyfriend? Well, he found a husband, just not one committed to him.
Oh!
That's the problem.
Oh my god.
So what are we gonna do? Should we call him Burke?
He's an analyst.
Or an analyst? I don't know. So you want to end it? Yeah. Well, then just block him. He's got a wife and kids. What do you give a shit? Also, Jersey? Who the hell is going to get? Is he coming to you or you're going to him?
That'd be fun.
Mostly you to him. Is he paying for the Ubers?
It's giving the path. You have to put the path to train.
All right, you guys, we're leaving the show. We're going to go find this man. All right. Who else? These have been good questions. Well, some of them. Yes, right in the front. You've been so patient.
Okay, so the Christmas is coming and.
Thank you. Christmas is coming, and for a few years now, there's a lot of political conversations, and it gets very tense. And I've noticed that some of my boyfriend's relatives are starting to dislike me a little bit, to the point that they say like they want to get rid of the wokeness in me. So I don't know. I don't know if I should bite my tongue and be unhappy for not being honest about what I think, or keep debating and still being disliked. What would you do?
You go back dressed up as a priest. And you say, I've changed. And no matter what anyone says, just say, bless you. Like, but I didn't sneeze. Bless you. Is your family super political or something? Are they conservative? They're MAGAs. They're Fox News crowd. Are they Fox News or MAGA?
No, more like Fox News.
Just Fox News. Okay. Peter, do you watch Fox News? You don't. Okay. Woo! All right. Family, New York. Are you New York?
No, Connecticut.
Connecticut. Okay. And where are you from? You're from where? Peru. Oh, I love Peru. Oh, Yima Sumac is from Peru, right? I love her. She's so good. Largest vocal range in the world. Yima Sumac. Yeah. I'm such a. I don't know. I think just go back dressed up as a priest and just say everything's fine now. You know what? Go back and say we separated. He's straight and so am I, and then just see what they do. Or can you cook? You can win people over with food. You do cook. Oh, so you're gonna cook for him tomorrow? Oh, for them. That'll do it. That'll do it. It doesn't do it. What are they? They're Italian. Go on. There's a Sicilian back there. They will fuck you up. Gabriele will come dance. Well, are you American Italian? Yeah, that's it. That's what it is. Yeah, I mean, Italians. Who's from Italy here? Oh, ciao ragazzi, come state? This was perfect. Okay. Yeah, but so you guys, di dove sei? Di dove siete? Napoli. Che sei napolitano? Oh my God, dobbiamo parlare dopo questo perché sei matto. Okay. And then you, where are you from? Calabrese. Jesus, you're both fucking crazy. Okay. We have people from Naples and Calabria. I mean, and Sicily. Woo! Okay. Oh. Call the cops.
I was gonna say that is so funny because that is that's some of my ancestry is about half like Southern Italian.
Okay. And what do you think of Italian Americans? The review's not good. Have you tried fettuccine Alfredo yet? Wait, come ti chiami? What's it? Alessio? And then what's your name? Gina. What's your name? Please have a guinea name. We gotta have it. Just Jeff. Okay. Yeah. Where do you guys live now, though? Do you live in Calabria and Napoli? There's no way, right? Yeah. You live in Napoli? Where? Where? Astoria. Okay. That's cute. I wish everyone said it that way. It's so hot. Where in Italy, though, did you ever live in another place? Or did you only live in Calabria and Napoli? Just Calabria. Where, Reggio di Calabria? Or no, just in, okay, cool. You guys are so intimidating. You guys aren't even in the mafia, but I'm like, whoa, better not fuck up. Camora. Okay, cool. So what do you think of Italian Americans? It's different. See, there you go. They're a little different than Jeff. I think when like fourth generation Italians came to America and like, I don't know, maybe they became more conservative somehow and go, hey, that's why those songs not fucking gay. You know, there's like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of bullshit. But Italian, I mean, they're from Naples and Calabria. Do you guys like gays? He said no. All right. Well, no. I'm kidding. I got it. Senti, ti piacciono i gay? Non nel senso che tu sei gay, ma io vorrei sapere che se ti piacciono di essere un omosessuale. Non tu, però. Ce l'hai un problema con un omosessuale? No, you don't have a problem with that. He's from Naples. So, you know. So it's a generational thing. So don't worry. His they're stupid. Okay. But Jeff, do you like your family? I love my family. You love my family. Okay. Oh, and what's your name? JP? For Jean-Pierre. All right. Well, just cook him a
that
nice
was my
meal
puppy's
and
name that passed away.
Straight. All right. Who else has a question? Oh, yes. Sorry, we have it right up here. Yes.
What do you do if your boyfriend
What do I do if my boyfriend, your boyfriend, refuses to stop talking to his ex?
Oh boy.
Because they shared a cat for 1 year.
1 year.
Kill the cat.
No.
Kill it. Who has the cat? So why the fuck are you talking to this other guy? Does he love the cat? He does love the cat. You need to kill the cat. What's the cat's name? Dewey? Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna dye Dewey's fur another color, call it a different name, and say, we lost Dewey. You named him? Well, you can think of a new name. How often do they talk?
Pretty often on text.
Pretty often. How long have you guys been together for? A year. Okay. So, and what do you guys talk about? Just Dewey? Just the cat. What's he want to know? Is it still breathing? Is he still purring? Does he still do that thing where he licks the hair off his arm and then coughs it up later? He just wants to come see the cat. Do you like his ex? Do you like his ex or no? You never met him. This isn't going to last. That cat has more lives than this relationship.
Oh, thanks, guys. All right. And on that note, I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for joining me. Unless anybody has anything else, Crook, did you have anything to add? We ended with a little comedy. Oh, I did get an email. Okay, that was weird. All right, everybody. Sounds good. Have a great night, and we will talk soon. Don't forget, Saturday, we're having the Pride Party at my place 3 to 5, and also on live, on remote.